97.3. This is your place for everything European football. We call it the Republic of Football. It's a Sunday edition. And as always, we welcome you to the show. I am Gabby Affair. We are live on YouTube or City Sports GHA, live on Channel 1 TV as well, and on X at City FM. On radio, it's 97.3. You can also text into the show 0549 96 996, 0549 96 996. Later, we'll activate the phone lines and you can call us on 0539 96 996. Yeah. Last week I had a caller telling me that when I'm mentioning the phone numbers I should take my time. So yeah. 0549 986 996. Yeah, I'm taking my time. Well, that's Bernardo Bakewater's voice. I've got Sedina Medmon in studio as well. And Kobna Mafo. Yesterday we were at the City Business Olympics, the 2025 edition. GCB again, retaining the title. Yeah, it was super good. Well, 2 games today. At the Villa Park, Aston Villa have taken the lead against Fulham. And then later we'll take you to the St. James's Park, where Newcastle United will be up against Arsenal at 3:30. It's a huge chance for Arsenal to close the gap on Liverpool after they lost to Crystal Palace yesterday at the Selhurst Park. Edin Ketia. My goodness. Well, let me run you through the starting 11 for both teams. And then, well, there's a third goal for Aston Villa. So just... It's Sadi, you said something?
Yeah, beautiful build-up. It looks like the European win has catapulted them to find their feet in the EPL.
Well, just hold on to your thoughts for me. Let me run our listeners through the starting 11 for that game involving Villa and Fulham. Well, for Aston Villa, it's a 4-2-3-1 formation, same as Fulham, lining up in a 4-2-3-1. Villa starts with Emi Martinez in post. There's a back four of Lucas Digne, Tyrone Mings, Ezri Konsa, Marty Cash. A midfield trio of Bogarde and McGinn. And they've got Guessant, Harvey Elliott, and Morgan Rogers, and also Oli Watkins leading the attack. Oli Watkins finally breaking the duck after 7 games. He finally scored for Aston Villa this season. For Fulham, their manager is Marco Silva. A back four of starting with Ben Leno in post. There's a back four of Timothy Castagne, Anderson, Calvin Bassi, and Ryan Sessegnon. A midfield trio of Lukic, Sander Berge. They've got Alex Iwobi, Joskin. There's Callum Wilson and Raul Jimenez. Jimenez getting the first goal for Fulham in that game. 51 minutes played at the at the Villa Stadium. That's the Villa Park. Yeah, 51 minutes played already. And you should see Unai Emery, he's super excited to see his team. In fact, Villa are yet to win after 6 games, right? Yeah. In the PL, 3 draws, 3 losses. They scored just 1 goal and they've added their 3 goals, so they have 4 goals now. Yeah. Sadie, let me start off with you. I mean, they were the elephant in the room after 4 games in the PL, maybe after 5 games in the PL. Very surprising start to this season's campaign, because I thought what they did last season under Unai Emery, they should be part of the top 8 conversation or the top 8 teams to replicate what they did last season. But they look like one of the teams to be, it's early days yet though, but they've been flirting with the red zone for a minute.
Well, I would say that Aston Villa's issues, or sorry, do I say good afternoon to everyone doing the listening and also watching. Thanks for joining us and thanks for the opportunity. Why
are you thanking people like that?
Oh, no, but you see, you've got to thank people. But
okay,
now,
all right.
Back to the Villa conversation. I feel most of Villa's woes have been okay. Now that's supposed to have been a 3-2, but okay, now he's also injured. That's going to be fantastic.
Is that only Watkins?
No, that's Konsa.
Ezri Konsa.
Yeah, Tyrone Mings went out injured in the first half, and Conte has now just bumped him to the pole, and it looks like he would be needing some treatment. But Aston Villa's problems have largely been caused by off-the-pitch issues, which have just gone on to affect their play on the pitch. Off-the-pitch issues. In the summer window, they had the worst PSR position, and they actually had to try and do a lot of selling business and raising a lot of cash. Hence, they did not really bring in the players that I believe they would have wanted. At certain points in time, they wanted Nicholas Jackson to come in and also help in their attacking situation, but the amount of money Chelsea were asking for Jackson was just a bit too much for them to pay off. And I think one of their directors in charge of football has also had to leave the club.
Yeah, Monchi.
Yeah, in the last week or so, and that's all happened because of the lack of quote and unquote
Transfer activity.
Yeah, and money, basically money in the system to try and help the team step up from where they were last season. For a team that had made it into Europe to go 4 games without scoring a goal, whilst having one of the best strikers last season. For the past 2 seasons, when you talk about top 5 scorers in the EPL, he has always been in and around that conversation. But to go first 5 games without scoring a goal, he actually went 6 games. He missed the penalty midweek when Aston Villa took to the pitch, and for him to go ahead and finally score today shows how they have labored as a team. But I feel that they would definitely come good. There's too much quality in that team. There's really
You think they'll pick up steam?
Certainly they'll pick up steam, because there are other teams in the EPL that in as much as trying to fine-tune their way, others are literally blowing cold, others are blowing hot and cold, others are just going with the flow. So I feel for Villa, they'll be able to pick up the pieces and it will get better from here. Now they get to win at home 3-1. This will mean that this will be the second game in a week that they are winning at home. So beginning that kind of run again. We've seen them go as much as about 17 to 18 games unbeaten in an EPL season at home, like over a couple of seasons, 2 seasons or so at home, before one team that is also deceiving itself, I know we'll talk about them, Chelsea, went there and then tried to cause havoc there and actually broke that duck. But for Aston Villa, they are now beginning to build something wonderful, and 2 games is quite a small number to draw that conclusion, but it's a start for them. At least they were not scoring goals. Last week they scored in the EPL. They went on into the Europa League. They won against Bologna. Now they come back and then they continue scoring and are possibly, it's far off, but we'll see what happens in this game. They could actually get their first 3 points of the season.
Well, so the floodgates are open at the Villa Park, 3-1 to the good. You heard Sedina Edmond, one of my guests for today's conversation. I've got Bernard in studio with me, and also the Kobna Marfo. I'm looking all fly.
I like the way you went there.
Yeah, I wanted to say something, but I had to hold on.
The burger.
Charlie, guy dress.
This one is
guys, come to YouTube and kind of see Kobna Marfo.
Thank you.
Charlie.
You see, when your team is losing,
Daniel sincerely laugh.
No, when your team continues to lose, your team is not seeing the future.
Guys, just guys, come and see Kobna Marfo on YouTube, okay? Yeah.
When your team is losing,
because I'm watching him here on YouTube, he's looking different.
He's looking flyer.
Man, are we seeing Kobna Marfo?
I'm just I'm humbled. I'm humbled this afternoon. What I'm seeing is special.
You didn't go to church. You see the way he's looking nice.
Yeah. God understands why we didn't go to church this morning.
My goodness. Yeah. You see, the boys are the comments. They say, Charlie, come not dribble. The boys are the comments. Sweet Kwame. Yeah, Sweet Kwame.
Charlie, how you doing in the state?
Come not drink too much.
Yeah. Sweet Kwame is one controversial guy.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he's following the footsteps of Donald Trump now or something. Kwame is just super controversial, Charlie. I can't help it.
Well, guys, let's talk about. Let me start off with you, Kobna. Let's look
No,
at.
I want before you get to Kobina Superstar.
Oh yeah, I actually wanted to mention your name. I said Kobna, forgive me. Come now overdressed, so I can't help it.
Today he's the drip lord.
Look,
Drip lord.
look, Superstar, I think Villa is playing the opposite of what they started yesterday. Well, I should say good afternoon to
Yeah.
our viewers and listeners across our social media platform on X, to YouTube, to TV on Channel 1, and on radio 97.3 CTFM. Look, I feel Villa are doing the opposite of what they were doing last season. I see them not to be that super solid. They've been porous. Well, I like the points Sedi raised initially in relation to transfer activities
Yeah.
having a toll on this club. But this club of, they've played some good football in the previous campaign, haven't they? And they've not been quick enough. They lack that bit of pressing that's got them to be one of the sides to look out for in the other campaign. That's what I see them do in this game. They've got an experienced manager in Emery, who in Europe also knows what's up in that space, and I feel this is the kind of squad that would bring the best of football out of him. They played a number of games last season. Shockingly, this season it took them a number of games to decide who they want to be, or the picture they see in the mirror in the 2025 campaign, 2025-26 campaign.
Yep.
I recall it took them 337 minutes to score their first Premier League goal of the season. Out of not really showing up in the first 4 games that they had engaged themselves in. It's good to see them 3-1 up. It's good to see likes of Rogers and all of that getting themselves in the game. I believe players get tired as per Mike. I was breaking something down. If you check the number of times players train and the number of times they have off the pitch to relax, the number of times they train is a lot more when you compare it to the number of times they play on the pitch of play.
Yeah.
It would demand a bit of sacrifice, and huge sacrifice. I think that ball should have just been a one drop, like you playing reggae. When the reggae beats, just one drop. But that's it. So when the ball was falling, he should have just shot it. It might be his weaker foot, but there's no harm in trying when you are 3-1 up and you get that ball in the clinical area.
Like John's goal against OJ, right? Or even John's goal against USA.
Against the USA, brilliant.
2010.
Even though he was shoved off a little, he kept his composure and just ballooned the ball, observed where the goalkeeper is. That bit of trickery tells how experienced you are, especially a player playing in the Premier League. And recall, John also showed dominance in the Premier League as well. So, I mean, it's early days here. 61 minutes in the Premier League is not done and dusted. You would have to come in, in full campaign to be able to get the needed result for your club. I wouldn't say Villa are back with the 3-1 up. Fulham is coached by the manager? Marco Silva, a fine tactical manager. That's the guy who winded up Manchester United and told Amorim in the face that, look, we knew what you were going to do. We knew your midfield is weak and you're going to use the inverted areas to just keep pushing and pressing. And then there's a huge gap in behind. We're going to capitalize in there. And when you want to cover that area, we pass through the midfield with the through balls and make sure we get our result. Villa has experience in the PL, and it is why it is taking them a bit of time to uncover. You watch what Villa are doing. They are playing in key areas, the midfield, around the centre arc, looking for options wide and all, and doing the long balls to locate the guy up front to be able to find the need or try to unlock the defense with his movement. I feel we have a game to go, 62 minutes. I'm not saying Fulham are going to come at it 3-3, but at least I see game ending in 4-2 or 3-2.
Okay, well, let's see what happens at the Villa Park. Aston Villa with a 3-goal lead against Fulham. Let me just run you by some stats regarding the game, Villa's game against Fulham. For Villa, well, the stats are looking like this. They have a very decent.
Well, yesterday's stats were not pleasing. Yesterday was a sad. It was doom.
Oh, really?
DOOOM in double. In fact, in capital letters, in double inked, and in fact, the ink is red, like it's doom.
I would try.
Well, for the XG of both teams,
You have to let listeners know.
they have 1.38.
The investors
for-
are complaining. Why are you not highlighting it?
I won't talk about it. 1.38 for Aston Villa. They have 0.71 for Fulham. Ball possession 56-43. Total shots on target. Total shots they have 9, 8 for Fulham. Shots on target 4 apiece for both teams. There. Kwabena, let's talk about Oli Watkins. Took him 7 games to finally get a goal. One of the experienced lads on the radar of Manchester United last season. You expect that he would continue from where he left off last season, but I mean the entire Villa team have struggled in the first 6 games under Unai Emery. How excited are you to see that he's finally break that goal drought?
It's a good one for him, and I don't know whether the transfer rumor around him about he going to Manchester United also kind of affected him, because you could see clearly when the season started he was struggling and he wasn't getting some playing time, and you could see his direction of that things in when he was playing was so bad. Against Bologna in the Europa, you could see clearly he was doing his best to perform very well, but unfortunately he didn't score. So today he's scoring is a very good one for them, because he's a very good striker, one of the top strikers in the English Premier League. So when he starts scoring the goals, that is when we are going to see more of him, and I'm sure he's going to do more of that. So I'm sure that transfer that he didn't go to Manchester United, I feel like that was the main thing that affected him a bit, but now he's okay.
Okay. Yeah, so Oli Watkins looking okay for Aston Villa. Getting the first goal for Villa in 65 minutes.
Well, superstar, a bit on, the coach of Fulham, Marco, have done subs in trying to take players I feel can get him pressing and getting goals. He wanted to tweak the setup a little, to try other options, but to take Alex Iwobi off, to take Raul Jimenez off, and young Joshua King off, I feel is huge on this football club. Especially against a side like Villa, who aren't going to stop the press. Villa have gotten strong lads behind in Matty Cash, Ezri Konza, and Lucas Digne up, in front of the goalkeeper in defense. Have got an experienced goalkeeper who've also come into the transfer fray, and all of that plays experience, a World Cup winning goalkeeper. So it's going to be difficult breaking them. You need these guys, you young of to produce that magic, to grind that result that you so much I need of. I know players don't have their days and all of that, and you look at their numbers as at the time they were subbed, and you can have you have concerns or worries, but there are dead moments in football. There are moments where one can go for you, and you need a huge experience to be able to bring it on. I mean, you compare strengths to footballers, no disrespect, but Raul Jimenez for Adama Traore. Adama Traore has gotten a bit of strength. Adama Traore is played against wing backs who are quick and smart, and he uses his strength to shove them off. And whatever. I feel Raul Jimenez would have the flair up front to dispossess the backline I mentioned initially, to create spaces for the Joshua Kings, who will play as the first and to come in. And then he brings on Smith-Rowe for Joshua. I don't think that's bad. If you look at the Smith-Rowe in the past times, but I would have preferred a much more, and you realize a ball like that comes in, and who is in that area? Alex Iwobi, and he'll be fighting for that ball in that space on the right hand side of the goalkeeper, Raul Jimenez. You check in terms of height, we know Jimenez is Emilio Martinez is huge enough, but if you have a fighter right in front of him, it opens your chances up because football is also a physical game. Let's not forget that. Fulham will have to now depend on a bit of trickery. And one would Smith Rowe isn't having that brilliance at number 10 space to be able
he's technically gifted though, but
I know,
he
but
hasn't got the height, he hasn't got the strength.
In the past, isn't it? I respect what you say because experience in the PL gives you that edge to do
He's
a lot.
not the one who equalized for them when they played against Chelsea.
No, when they played against
Chelsea?
Manchester United, he was very pivotal in helping the Manchester United team. So I think he's.
Oh yeah, it was against United.
It was against
That goal
United when he came on from.
I
the
wanted to
bench
say
and
United, but
got the tap on that particular ball.
yeah.
You watch what's happening now. They are not running deep enough in the half of Villa. Villa. I wouldn't say at a training session, but they are much relaxed, trying to build from in behind, just like the manager, would want, just like the manager would want in this game. But they've gotten it so smooth and sleek, Villa, in how they start the planting from building, in from behind and getting into material areas. It will take a bit of brilliance. You watch this Fulham setup and it's difficult. Like I indicated earlier, I feel the guys who came on, should produce that magic. You watch. They
have a long work to do.
They've got a long road to go. Look at Smith Rowe and his positioning now.
Yeah.
He receives the ball, he just pushes the ball up front and gets wider, and that's the problem. He should be central, looking for spaces in between, trying to break the 4 and 5. Because they've also made a change in defense, and when mostly you make a change in defense, and it was Tyrone Mings was yanked out, and if you make a change, especially in the 4 and 5 area, a bit of it sort of destabilize your back line a bit. So I feel those are the areas they should be attacking most to find the goals in this competition. 70 minutes, maybe that bit of trickery and brilliance I speak of will come to bear. We might just be enjoying ourselves.
All right. Well, let's see what the last 20 minutes would bring. But Aston Villa will be the happiest of the two sides with a 3-1 lead against Fulham. Later, 3:30, there's Newcastle taking on Arsenal. The second game for today. Let me just run you through the fixtures from the other leagues so you can keep tabs on. For the French Ligue 1, 77 minutes played between Nice and Paris FC. Nice have taken the lead. Later, 3:15, there's Angers taking on Brest. That's Stade Brestois. If you want to say the English version, you say Brest.
Should be excited by now you mentioned Brestois.
Yeah. I'm sure he will call.
I know.
Same time, we'll see Lille taking on Lyon. At the same time, we'll see Metz taking on Le Havre. 6:45, we've got Rennes taking on Lens. For the Italian Serie A, Sassuolo beat Udinese by 3-1. AS Roma currently taking on Verona. Roma with a lead against Verona. 78 minutes played in that game. 77 minutes played between Pisa and Fiorentina. It's goalless between those two sides. At 4 p.m. there's Lecce taking on Bologna, and then 6:45 you've got AC Milan who are up against Napoli. Let me take you to Spain. Rayo Vallecano, they lost to Sevilla by 1-0. Elche are currently taking on Celta Vigo, is 1-0. Barcelona in action later at 4:30 against Real Sociedad, and then Real Betis will take on Osasuna in that game. 054996 that's the text lines. And then later you can call us on 053996 or also call us on 054996 no now somewhere around 4:30 p.m. Stenan from Doenia says, we all know City is not dominant again or have the fear factor anymore, so you guys should stop repeating it every time. Focus on how Doku, Foden, Nico Gonzalez are improving this season. But have you mentioned Manchester
You mentioned City.
Hey,
He's itching.
was it
Maybe
from
the opposite.
Was it from yesterday?
Maybe
This convo is from yesterday. Yeah, it's because we've not even got into the City conversation.
And we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there and we'll tell him what he does. He doesn't want it.
Yeah. Speaking of getting there, let's try and review. Let's review yesterday's games, right? We had a lot of losses. Okay, before that, AC Milan AS Roma have added a second goal against Verona. It's Matthias Sile getting the second goal for AS Roma. So Roma looking like wrapping up all 3 points.
No, superstar. Look at Emil Smith's role. This is where he should be. You see him right behind Tyron Mings.
Oh, that would have been
is
a
it
very...
Mings has been subbed. That's Konsa.
Yeah.
And you see him right in behind there, and that's the bit of abstraction between him and the guy who was introduced. Yeah, he gets into fantastic position there, and a bit of what you have to do is look. He was just being located, but for the how do we call it? The block, or if you want the interception of Mr. Konsa to take the ball away from him. They keep on doing that, and it is fetching them their second goal. Try to shift the defense line and also tilted to their right hand side. Then you gain advantage to allow Smith Rowe fall into deeper spaces and observe, a bit of worry for the defense. I do that, and you realize they keep on doing that, but the keeper imposes experience.
Yeah.
The trick or the move down the right hand side of Villa should be tried again, because I keep on saying Tyron Mings, but Konsa is not going to stay put. He has this characteristics of making just a little bit of error when there's a lot of pressure, on him. So like I indicated earlier, this game is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting in the end. We might see 1 or 2 from Villa, or game finishing, I say 4-2.
Okay. Let me run you through the updates from yesterday. Let's start off at the GTEC Community Stadium, and that's very interesting results. Manchester United. United lost, right? To Brentford by 3-1. At Stamford Bridge, Chelsea also lost to Brighton by 3-1. There was a red card. Okay, back-to-back red cards for Chelsea. Crystal Palace show Liverpool shaggy.
People are living the club.
They beat Liverpool by 2-1. They didn't get here.
I said it was doom.
Yeah.
D-double-O.
See, as for yesterday,
O-M.
the people them bet or something.
The boys, they are complaining like
Leeds played out a 2-0 draw with Bournemouth. Semenyo was on target.
Brilliant stuff.
Manchester City put 5 past.
Myself and you were watching that
game. City put 5 past Burnley.
Solid.
Forest. They lost again to Sunderland.
That's why I say we are going to tell him what he did.
And then Spurs and Wolves also played out a 1-0 draw in that game. Yeah, so that's it. We'll have that discussion a bit later. Just to run you through the updates, all right? So we'll have that discussion pretty soon. For the Arsenal Newcastle game, the lineups are for both teams are out. I'll try and run you through. Okay, let's start off with that discussion. This is what we'll do. We'll split it. Adam was here yesterday, so he watched that United howler against Brentford. I'll give the Chelsea conversation to Bernard. Bernard won't do United.
Mama. But you have to allow me to do United small.
No.
I promise I won't be emotional today.
You won't. Adam, just quick thoughts on another loss for Manchester United, right? I think the recent quote from Ruben Amorim was that he doesn't fear the sack. And just before we signed in, I saw another story that the top hierarchy of Manchester United, Ratcliffe, is backing him because they still think that Amorim is the right one and he'll get his whatever implemented in no time. Okay. How does this loss again just puts or stirs up the pressure for Ruben Amorim?
You don't have to give me true pass now.
No true pass. Score all the goal for me.
It really depends on how United and the hierarchy wants to look at what they want for the club at this point in time.
Yeah.
If you ask me, it's not a situation where I can see performances improving game after game. So if results aren't there, there is no reason to worry. I don't think their fans think every game they play, their performances are improving. It kind of seems like the same problems keep reappearing and the same things keep persisting. So I don't really know what Ineos will will want to be keeping Amorim for at this point in time, if you ask me, because
Yeah.
there are some situations at some clubs where you go, you see results not being the best, but there's a performance pattern that shows that things will improve. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to hammer.
I get
at.
the point you're making.
Yeah, but right now the performances are going in one direction, the results are going in the same direction, and there doesn't seem to be any sort of respite for them. So I don't really know what, if they are going to trust him, cool, but I don't think things are going to improve at this rate, if you ask me, like from what I've seen. And yesterday was Brentford are in the team now that should be bothering this Manchester United team, if you ask me.
Yeah,
like,
I think they're also going through their own
they are
phase
going through their own
under
phase.
Keith
Yeah,
Andrews.
they've lost a couple of important players. I don't think the way the game went yesterday should have gone that way, if you ask me. Some of the goals that United conceded yesterday are goals that they shouldn't be conceding. I still don't understand why the young keeper they signed isn't starting games yet. Like, I can understand how they wanted to integrate Šeško, but for the young keeper, I think for keepers, a couple of training sessions, they should be good to go, if you ask me. So there are a lot of questions that need answers at United, and I don't know whether Ineos are going to wait till the season ends for all those questions to be answered, or they'll act on it now. If you ask me, there's another international break coming up.
Yeah.
They can act on it so that somebody can guess in.
I think that's what the next.
Yeah.
The October,
Yeah.
the first week of October.
Yeah, if
So
you
fair
ask
to
if
feet,
you ask
right?
me, if you ask me, they should make their mind up quick. West Ham have done that, and West Ham will probably start seeing dividends of that from the after the international break. Because
Yeah.
I think Nuno takes over this week. He'll do a couple of training sessions. I think he's done one training session before the game they have tomorrow. So if anything, I'm sure they'll be looking after the international break to try and look at what Nuno's team will look like. Because around that time, you have enough time to have more training sessions with the players, since most people will be playing international football. So I think United should be looking at that, if you ask me. Coach said something yesterday that he feels that Amorim is at the point where he's trying to get himself fired. And I can't.
Coach said that.
Yeah, Coach said that here yesterday.
Oh my!
Yeah, and I
Thank God our shows are recorded.
I'm really
Thank
surprised.
God.
Oh no, you could go back. He said it, and
I'm sure he's listening. You come and read.
he even went as far to say for the final goal United conceded, I think Menu gave the ball away. Like it was a super cheap giveaway, and he was saying that he feels that the player too is also not playing, like not playing for the manager. And they are not things that I would look at and say I can't believe them, because like people are human beings. It gets to a point where
It gets to them.
it gets to them. Like
They'll react based on how you treat them.
how you treat them, regardless of the sentiments behind what you want to get across. So like all those things could be happening at the same time at United, and I don't really know what their ownership wants, but if they want the club to pivot from what it is right now, some hard decisions will have to be made.
Okay. So what it means for United, I mean, with regard to that loss, they're now winless in their last 8 away league matches, right? The start is not looking good, and they've also made their worst ever start to the Prem. I mean this season's Premier League campaign with just 4 points from their opening 5 rounds. So that's the lowdown on that United bit. Let's move the conversation on.
Oh, Manchester United.
Yeah.
They have 7.2.
Okay. No, I mean their opening 5.
Okay.
Yeah, the start was for their opening. Not like the entire. I'm not taking any points away from them.
Okay.
I beg you.
They don't even have enough, then you take away some.
I'm shocked.
That is inviting when I'm controlling.
let's talk.
I'm going to read things I don't have to read.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's
Take
talk
my mind off the
about
combo.
Chelsea. But now let's talk about Chelsea. They lost to Brighton by 3-1. Chelsea took the lead through Enzo Fernandez. There was a cross from Reece James, I believe, and then Fernandez just tucked it home. Then there was a red card. Chalobah with a nice haircut attracted a red card. For a second, I thought it was
Samson.
Hato because he was looking different.
Said he wasn't supposed to be.
Then
Chalobah is
Danny
acting like he's
Welbeck
Samson.
got 2 goals, and there was another. I saw this thread from a Chelsea insider, and the person was highlighting Maresca's in-game management, right? In-game management, and how this would go on to affect Chelsea this season. And another thing I saw again was that, I mean, everybody knows that Chelsea are in phase 2 of whatever they are doing under Maresca.
I love how you're putting it.
But phase 2 looks to have taken a worse turn. Look, I mean, phase 1 was not that too good, but Maresca cannot use the FIFA Club World Cup and the Conference League titles to say that, if the ship is sinking and I'm not really salvaging anything, he has to stay extra. Just what I thought about the loss from the Champions League to Bayern, to United, and now to Brighton.
I discussed the Chelsea problem at length and not only in relation to yesterday's problems.
Okay.
Look, all respect to Enzo Maresca. All respect again, I say, to Enzo Maresca. Chelsea is a dominant force in European football for a reason, and that reason is their test for success.
Mm-hmm.
It's been proven over time, and they've delivered and delivered and delivered. I listened to Didier Drogba in 2012 talk about when Juan Mata had come into the setup fresh as a youngster. And he caught him and told him that, look, we've not had a good campaign. I've stayed at Chelsea for over 5 seasons, 8 at that time, altogether. And I've not been able to win the Champions League. It's an issue of worry, even though we've come super close in semi-finals and what have you. Getting close to finals and what have you against United. We've not fetched the most important trophy for this football club. And he told Juan that, Juan, you are the guy to help us make that happen. And Juan was like, this guy, you acting stupid. You have been at the club for 8 years. I'm just coming in as a youngster. How then does the burden lies on me as a youngster to help this this great football club to win the most important trophy in its history? Then he told him that, look, if I'm able to do it with the likes of John Terry, the Lampard and co, for 8 years, we would have done it. Then he says, the young Mata goes back and say, I think we can do it. Champ, you need to believe. Fast forward, history was made. Record down there in that right hand side of Chelsea, at the left hand side of Manuel Neuer in the corner arc, on the corner arc, was Juan Mata kicking that corner with some few minutes to end that game.
Yeah.
And he brought glory. And it was the same guys who had communicated earlier in Drogba and Mata. And the ball came from Mata's feet onto Drogba's head, moving away from goal from the 6-yard box and curling that ball. Naturally, a curler should be done with the foot. But Didier Drogba found a way to do a banana with the head. Ball curling in beating Manuel Neuer into the goalpost. What am I talking about digging into history? What I'm saying is that the force this club, has created over the years still haunts them. And it has churned into fatigue. Fatigue happens when you have had a lot of time. TV players who've been injured for Chelsea this campaign, who I feel like super instrumental. Levi Colwill, Moises Caicedo, Cole Palmer. Played over 4,000 minutes last season. Combination of the Conference League and placing fourth in the PL and other competitions, all inclusive.
Yeah.
It has left a bit of stress on these footballers, which is now aching. Is aching in the in the body of that football club, and it has taken the steam a little bit off. We've had the likes of Malo Gusto coming, but that area has been leaking. For crying out loud, Chelsea have the option in rehearsing because they've got a number in the squad to help them do rotation. But the coach have stuck with a setup that have learned how the coach wants them to play over a minute. And that's bit of introduction of new guys. That bridge is always going to be wide open at the Stamford, because they will be exposed. The vulnerability is going to set in there. And he has shown in the Chelsea setup. He showed against Manchester United. Look, everybody is beating Manchester United, but for that red card we can talk about another day. My problem is that the moment fatigue eats you up and it gets to your brain, you go into fouls that naturally you don't even have to go into. And that thing is disturbing the squad. There's pressure on them. They recall, I even forgot one bit to add. They played the FIFA Club World Cup as well and went into the final.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the pile up of games have given this club, an opportunity to bite at their own cake. But it is still the same man. I think Chelsea should become. If you compare Chelsea's situation to United, I'm just saying something.
No, I'm also just
in terms of managerial, questioning and all of that. Ruben Amorim have not won the FIFA Club World Cup for Manchester United. I feel if he has, United fans will be calmer.
Are you
And
sure?
I will be calm. I'm telling you that.
Wow.
Yeah. Nobody gave Chelsea an opportunity or a chance to get out to the FIFA Club World Cup. I feel you need a bit of patience for the manager to get the squad in place. That happened yesterday to Chelsea. It's going to happen again. The back line is still open. It's going to be open.
Mm-hmm.
The players will have to play above themselves. You could count the mistakes from back line leading to equalizer or goals that was going to hurt the setup. You recall the Manchester United situation, the Hurricane penalty. You recall the Kukuera foul against Bayern in the Champions League. Issues of this sort is going to come back, and the champions will have to adjust. Chelsea are the champions. Do not take it away from them. Here they are champions, and it's going to attack them. Now, my last bit I want to say and stop talking about this defeat is the attacking inefficiency. Chelsea thought they had options in attack, so decided to bluff a little, and it's normal. Sometimes you need to choose the right players and allow those you think do not help the squad a lot to find their feet elsewhere and get themselves in the groove and come back. It happened to a chap at Arsenal, forgotten the name. Mikel sat with him and told him to go and find what do we call it? Is it Gabriel Martinelli or
No, it was Saliba.
Saliba. It was Saliba in defense. It was Saliba. The coach told him to go and find his. He feels he does not have the basic qualities of a defender, so he should go and fill that gap up and come. One day the coach watched him in training and said, "I feel you are back. I feel you are the guy in the Arsenal defense now." Even though Arsenal fans might raise some concerns of inconsistency a bit with Saliba, and people might prefer the other option, the Arsenal fans, including Samuel Mensah himself, but he is a fine defender, Saliba. So he goes, finds his feet and comes back. So it is normal the Chelsea situation or dilemma to allow Nico to go because they have attacking options. Then later to be recalling players back in the fold. I feel attacking wise, the squad have not been that strong enough. They brought Liam Delap in.
He's also injured.
Yeah, it has not been what
He returns what?
That's the
Missing a
problem.
large chunk of the games for Chelsea.
That's the
this time.
problem. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Gittins, the Chelsea fans don't want to hear that guy's name.
Do you know what I've realized with some of the recent signings, right? Gittins, Garnacho, and maybe Hato. That maybe I should say that some of these signings were not even from Maresca.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
Because
feel the Americans
it looks like he clearly does not even
understand?
fancy
Okay.
the use of Garnacho. Or maybe getting
So new face settling, right?
look, there's this conversation that at Chelsea, and I think said he would know more about it. That a lot of these signings that have come in the last couple of years, right, are not really for footballing reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are for marketing reasons.
That's true.
They come to the club, they have about 50 cups, maybe PL, Carabao Cup, European, something. They have a few of goals to their cups, and then they just put them on a transfer list.
Yeah.
So Hato comes in for maybe £80 million. He's been sold to a Sevilla for maybe 50 million pounds. Chelsea pocket about
A lot.
30 something.
Look,
because
look,
Charlie,
look, superstar. It's what Chelsea's been doing in the past, but had a master plan. The America sits down. I don't think he's stupid. You know, in all respect and glory. I feel he sits down, observes Chelsea from afar.
no, but in the past, right? And this is not to cut. In the past, I don't think Chelsea were doing that. In the past, they were bringing in players for results.
I'll explain why I think they were doing
Cooked
that.
players.
I'll explain why I think they were
Cooked
doing
players for results.
that. If you look at the top,
By the way,
half, the top
actually,
six.
Chelsea was actually doing that.
Thank you for going.
But in a
deeper.
smart way.
Thinking-
No,
It had to do with the loans. You know what I'm talking about?
and FIFA
That's
then
it.
clipped that wing for Chelsea.
No,
That's
but you see that module or that way of grabbing success was different.
Yeah.
The people who came into the club and they were loaned out were far away from the first team. That's why a player like Kevin De Bruyne
it's what I'm
would
saying.
come in and was competing with maybe Oscar
Look.
because he was not going to work in Jose's team.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. In those spaces, you juxtapose that with the number Chelsea had before the onset of last season. Over 50 players weren't they?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
coach would have to sieve. I think
Okay.
for the American investors, they went too far.
Yeah, but so you just wrap up on that convo
Yeah.
for me. So in summary, is that to say that Chelsea should
I
expect
mean,
more of this?
if you check the top 5
this
XG,
result?
the top 5 XG for the top 6 teams, Chelsea are in the space of being part of that chain, but have not been clinical enough up front because of the inconsistencies we. Why you said this, man?
Oh, no.
You're surprised I'm analyzing.
Oh,
just like that.
no, not at all. You see, Abeko is bringing in certain factors that I hope you give me the opportunity to actually combine Man U and Chelsea because their fans will love me this afternoon.
You won't get the opportunity because you are doing Crystal Palace Liverpool.
See.
So start thinking about your team.
See, in London, yeah, I think Chelsea fans should give the coach a bit of
Hey,
cut him
time?
a bit of slack. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
You see,
oh,
Abi,
They should cut him a bit of slack.
Abi.
On what?
On
what, bro?
No. Hold on. I've taken time. No, when I started, when I started my
The
argument,
Chelsea
when
insider
I
has
started-
kept quiet, but the slack bit he can't just help it.
no.
In a way, I
Oh, you
agree.
agree?
I agree with him because
That Maresca should
we are
cut-
being too harsh on Maresca right now. Hey, we are being too harsh on him because fine, maybe you wanted him to get some results for you, but when last did you see? Apart from Maresca, we saw the likes of Porter. We saw Pochettino. What did they do at Chelsea?
No, look, when we want to talk about their scorecard, right? We can't take that away from Maresca.
So this
We
is
can't. I'm even sure when it comes to his win rate percentage.
so we've just played 6 games.
he's even got more than Porter, right? Or
Potter is roaming with Amorim.
Okay.
Chairman.
guys, just hold on. Let's get back to the Villa Park and update our viewers. It's full time, right? What? 3-1.
Yeah.
Villa taking 3 points. So their first 3 points after 7 games, and after 7 games also, Oli Watkins getting his first goal. Unai Emery looks like a very happy man. So Watkins, Magen, and Emiliano Buendia. Jimenez getting the first goal for Fulham as early as the 3rd minute, but they were unable to hold on to that lead. And then Villa came in and equalized. So what it means for Aston Villa is that they've moved from initially they were occupying 19th position, so they've swapped with I believe West Ham United or
Solid.
yeah. So Aston Villa are now 16th on the table. Their first win of the season, guys. I think we've said
a lot about them.
a lot about them.
But I mean,
let's see if they can actually build on this performance heading into. But that Magin goal was really sweet.
And look at the areas. It's the areas. Sorry, I have to always come in, but look, it's the areas we speak about in this game. Around the D, the number 10 space.
But he was doing this last season a lot for. I think last season he was one of Villa's standout performance.
But I call him the comeback king because most of last season he started off the bench.
Yeah, and he was always giving Villa the goodies when he came off the bench. Yeah, so that's a good win for Aston Villa. Their fans should be super excited. But now let's wrap up. I think we're finishing off with a Chelsea conversation.
For Chelsea, let's be patient with Menzo Maresca.
Yo.
I mean that was.
I agree
that
because
was a wrap-up.
We'll be here. We'll be here and
please
come and
wait,
talk about it.
He said he wanted a centre back. Did you get it for him?
No,
They
you
brought
see,
in
when
Hato.
when
Is Hato not a
when,
centre
when
back?
a coach,
he's
when
a
a
left
coach,
back.
you see,
Hato?
Yeah,
Okay.
so Hato can play left back, he can play left centre back.
but he's best playing as a left back.
If we are coming to talk about
But
players
he's played-
to play
he's
best
played in-
positions, Gabi, just quick one.
Yeah,
If
quick
we are
one.
coming to talk about players to play best positions in Chelsea, then Maresca has no case at all to even request for a centre back. Let me break it down. Look, you don't go, you don't say you want you see you want a centre back, and there are players that you will, again will come and sit at a presser and say you want players who can play in multitude of positions. Do you know how Maresca sees Andre Santos? He sees Santos as
A creative midfielder.
like it's
Oh, I thought I was the one who just saw
he
it.
said it. He said it.
What? But he's
No,
not.
but that's
No, but Santos is not a creative
Santos is
midfielder.
not.
Look, I agree.
Do you watch him at Strasbourg? Do you watch him at
yeah.
Brazil? Even at Brazil, do you watch him there?
How does a player go
I
from the
agree.
best young player in the league
I
to now
agree.
literally
Guys,
lost
you
missing
know what?
in the
I
Maresca
have-
team?
Let's move the
I
conversation
have
on.
mentioned
Because
points.
as for Chelsea, yeah.
There are points I leave out for specific reason because we all understand in football adaptation is super important.
Ayo.
Oh come on,
Oh,
man!
It's okay,
He
it's
was
okay.
with the team
Charlie, what
before
are
he
we
left.
doing? What
It's
are we
okay,
doing?
It's okay. It's
What
okay.
are we doing?
I'm the host of the show.
I know, but what are we doing?
Your microphone's off. You know me, I'll allow you. I just tell your microphone off. Adam knows that very well. I'll allow you to talk.
The mic goes off.
Yes.
I agree.
We'll find. As for
I agree.
it's just what
I know it's
match day
it's
5.
difficult.
Me, I just feel.
See,
I
we'll
just,
be here again.
I
oh.
just feel
We'll be here.
I know.
is the kind of club Chelsea have become
Yeah.
across the time.
That's the point I'm making.
They've been amassing what they've been amassing. Chelsea have won. Chelsea are probably the English club with the most trophies in the last 25 years.
They
if I'm
don't
not
want to
mistaken.
hear that part.
And,
But
and
last season he just won you a club World Cup and Conference League.
Exactly-
And you just played 6 games.
exactly the point. So
That's
nobody
what
no,
Chelsea
you
fans
want
need
to
to
do.
understand.
The
What
point- take
Chelsea
your time
fans
coming.
need to understand is that they sack Carlo Ancelotti after winning them the double.
He won a
So
double,
if-
though.
okay, he won the double
Don't go into
and
that
they
argument.
sacked him.
Don't go into that argument.
No,
Which coach at Chelsea? Huh? One. I mean, what? And Chelsea took a decision
To let him stay.
To let him stay. That's the point. The guy who
Well,
won Chelsea.
there's a rich
the guy,
history to that,
The
though.
guy who won Chelsea
Matteo.
after
Di
Andres
Matteo.
Villas-Boas.
Yeah, Di Matteo.
The
He was sacked the
Champions
following
League
season.
in mid-season.
Yeah, Antonio Conte won the league. And
Antonio
was
Conte
sacked.
won the league with a 3-back at Chelsea.
He was
The
sacked.
guys were not satisfied. They sacked him.
Yeah.
I'm saying that module of football is gone.
Okay.
Listen,
You do what
listen.
brings you success. You don't
Listen.
go and win a Mickey
Oh,
Mouse trophy
listen,
and
listen,
think you have bought
So
yourself
club wants
time.
to have a Mickey Mouse
You see,
It's
trophy
a
now.
Mickey Mouse trophy that has a key.
You see the arrogance of Chelsea fans. You see that.
Again, your microphones are off. Again, I am the host. Again, and I am the host. No, but your microphone is off. No, but I have to let you know that your microphone is off. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm Gabi Ofe. It's the Republic of Football. Yes, the host of the show. Yeah, they can't allow me to do what I am not. It's not on my script. Let's talk about Liverpool.
large and in
Yes,
charge.
let's
large and in charge.
Let's talk about Liverpool now. Yesterday they tested their first defeat at the Selhurst Park. Said that convoy is for you.
Yeah.
Edin Ketia, he scored 90 plus 6 or 7.
Yeah, 90 plus 6.
Wow.
Yeah, it was +6.
Plus 6.
Yeah, plus 6.
Charlie.
I just want to say something before Steady starts.
Real quick.
That game should have been dead in the first half.
Yeah.
You mean Liverpool should have
Palace
wrapped up?
should
Palace.
have- should have
Palace
wrapped
should
it
have
up
wrapped it
and put
up.
a ribbon
Yeah.
on it in the first half. With
Oh,
the
they had a
ribbon
lot
and
of
all-
chances,
Oh,
eh?
it was a
Oh no,
flurry of
but
chances.
Alisson Becker did so well.
Alisson was great, but there were some of the
Alisson
chances I
was
felt
great.
Mateta didn't do well. Some of them he could have squared the ball. Some of them he could have taken a shot earlier. Like that game should have been done and dusted in the first half.
I
they,
see.
They just made it more stressful for them in the end. I'm
But
super happy they got the points.
Yeah, but guys, have you realized Palace are becoming that team for Liverpool?
Yeah, the boogie team.
Yeah, Palace. So they always have this antidote for Liverpool and Manchester City.
Yeah.
Palace.
Oliver Glasner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even before Glasner came, I can tell you I think in 2 seasons that Palace have gone to their Etihad. There's one screamer from Townsend.
Andrews Townsend.
They won again a similar scoreline 2-1, and it's always 2-1, 1-0, 2-1, those funny scorelines.
Yeah.
But Sadi, I mean, did you see this coming for Liverpool?
Unfortunately, yes.
Mm.
It's been coming. You see, yesterday, if you watched the game and for the final goal,
Yeah.
Nketiah's goal, there was some controversy trying to rule the line and find out if he was offside. Guess who the final player for Liverpool was? Whose heel was onside that kept Nketiah's goal?
Frimpong?
No.
Who?
Gravenberch.
Gravenberch, okay.
Oh, yeah. That was how they were running rampant fire through the middle of the pack. They ran through the middle, distributed out wide, and then the ball comes back.
So what was the blame on the part of Slot saying that he...
For Slot, you will leave Slot for now.
Because Slot's there, right? You know the
No.
way to do
No.
no, then he go to rip you apart.
No, now we'll leave. He shouldn't worry. We like how he's throwing his
Because
players
now
under the bus.
he's done it to Kekes. He's done it to Ekitike.
I found it
And
very
then
strange.
He's doing it to Jeremy
I
Frimpong.
could understand the Ekitike one, but the subsequent ones, I just feel like
even
he's throwing the
Kekes,
player.
yeah, the
he's throwing
Kekes
the
one,
player
I
under
was
the bus.
surprised when he did that.
Yeah.
I mean, you understand that the player messed up on the pitch, but I think that as a manager, the first thing you want to do,
Just protect your player.
yeah, and that's what Pep does.
Yeah.
When Pep goes to the dressing room with his players,
No, he will discipline you there, but he will protect you in
Yeah.
front of the press.
That's very true.
But I'm just liking what he's doing to his players. Because, you see, the English public is unforgiving.
Sadi, hold on. I think we have to hear from. Just want to take quick thoughts from Buendia,
Okay.
who is speaking for Aston Villa. He was part of the goal scorers.
Very good. Obviously, coming on from the bench or in the halftime, I try to help the team as fast as possible, and hopefully today, gratefully today, we could help.
Yeah, and having
All right, so that's Aston Villa's Emiliano Buendia speaking there. Sadi, you get back to that conversation
Yeah.
on there.
Just where I ended, the Schlott should continue what he's doing, throwing people under the bus, doing all this. The English public is unforgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool faithfuls are also patient but unforgiving. You can't be throwing the players that they love under the bus, and when your time comes, for which slot at this rate it will come, and very soon. Anyone would even say something for him. Sorry. Liverpool have had this knack where in recent times they have been, in as much as players have to be great to be part of a team, they've been relying a lot on individuality to get them out of tight spaces.
Okay.
Hence, we've been seeing late goals where there's a constant onslaught on a team to try and get a result at the very depth of a game. Yesterday, there were a lot of interesting calls in that game as well. Like hand of God, goals, things, and stuff. Very, very soon again for Liverpool, Salah would come into focus.
Okay. Speaking of our next game, right? It's between Newcastle United and Arsenal. Sadi, sorry for cutting you, right?
Oh, no problem.
Let's take a listen to Arsenal boss Eddie Howe.
So just looking at your team, it feels like you could line up a couple of different ways with a 4 with Burn at left back or a 3 at the back. But is almost the variety and the flexibility to keep, obviously, us, but more importantly, Arsenal guessing, is that sort of the point?
No, you don't do it to keep people guessing. That's irrelevant. It's how we perform on the pitch. So, yeah, there's a few different ways we can go. Even in running, there's a few different things we can do to change our shape if we need to. But we have, I think, a strong team. We're looking forward to seeing that team gel together. There's some changes from our last game, but I do think it's a strong squad.
So if you don't need to keep people guessing, would you like to tell us, is it a 3 at the back or a 4 at the back?
No, you'll find out within no time.
So against Arsenal, has that variety you have, has that underpinned, do you think, a lot of your success? Not just the formation, but the fact you've pressed them at times, the fact it's been a low block at other times?
I think that we have all of those ways of playing in our armoury, and I think it's important that you do adapt depending on the circumstance of the game, depending what you want at that time. So no, we consider ourselves loads of different ways that we can defend, and there's loads of different ways we can attack. So we'll pick one of them today, and hopefully we do well.
Well, Mikel, as ever, plenty to discuss with your team. Looks like Eza in one of those central positions. What is it about his adaptation or this opponent that made you think, okay, yeah, today's the day?
Well, very happy with what he's doing. First of all, he's in the right to start the game like many others, and he's going to have another chance today.
Talking of earning the right, Mosquera for Saliba. Mosquera's obviously made a fantastic start to his Arsenal career. Is this something we're going to have to get used to a bit more with Arsenal this season? Guys who felt like they might be nailed on in previous seasons. Now it's a bit more competitive.
Yeah, depending on the circumstance as well. Willie comes from an ankle injury that is still trying to resolve, and he's played twice in 6 days, and we have another 2 games coming up in the next 5 days or 6 days. So we have to manage the squad, and that's why we need players that we can trust and rely on.
How ready is Martin Odegaard to help?
Yeah, well, he's very keen. Obviously, he's trained the last 2 days, and he's desperate to get in that pitch.
So you've talked about the beautiful atmosphere you face here. It's obviously a place where you've had your struggles, but do you see it as an opportunity? Do the best teams relish this kind of occasion?
I think so. I think these stadiums and these moments makes your team, and those scars and those difficulties and those challenges at the end, I think they make you a better team, and hopefully that's what we are today, and we're going to show it.
All right, apologies on the initial submission I said. So it was Arsenal boss you heard lastly. That's Mikel Arteta. Initially was Eddie Howe for Newcastle United. Let me run you through the starting 11 for both teams. So for Newcastle United, it's a 4-3-3-1. Eddie Howe is going pretty defensive, if you want to put it. They start with Nick Pope in post. There's a back four of Livramento, Tia Botman, and Ben. A midfield three of Bruno Guimaraes, Sandro Tonali, and Joelinton. I call them the triplet in Newcastle's midfield. A front three of Jacob Murphy, Voltimada, and also Anthony Gordon. For Mikel Arteta, same formation, 4-3-3. David Raya starting, Timber Mosquera, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Calafiori. Breche Eze will be operating more like a 10 today. Zubimendi, there's Rice, there's Bukayo Saka, Victor Gyökeres, and Leandro Trossard. Last time out, a lot of people were not too happy with the kind of starting 11 Mikel Arteta puts up against Manchester City. This one against Newcastle United, it looks pretty attacking, one on the part of Mikel Arteta. Let me start off with you, Kobna. Are you impressed with the starting 11 Arteta has put up? There's a huge chance for him to break that 5 points, make it 3 because of Liverpool's loss against. Make it 2. Yeah, sorry, because of Liverpool's loss against Palace yesterday.
It's not a bad lineup from Arteta, especially Eze playing as a number 10 in this game. Should show you clearly that Odegaard is still not very fit, and Eze playing as a number 10 is very good for them. Trossard also starting today is a good one for them, and I now see Martinelli as a player that is like a super sub. Now they have to
Indonesia second is okay. So that's Trossard starting today.
Yes, so it's good. Like they are making him as a super sub so that later in the game you will be able to observe the game very well and come in and play so well. So that's good from them. One player that is playing so well for Arsenal right now is Mosquera. The partnership of him and Gabriel, they are doing so well.
So Saliba is benched today.
Yes, because Mosquera is playing so well lately for Arsenal. So I'm sure Arteta wants to just keep on to just continue to play him. So it's very good for Arsenal. But I just feel like they just need to. This is a grounds that St. James's Park is one place that they really struggle a lot when they play against Newcastle. I remember last season they lost by 1-0, a goal scored by Alexander Isak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that goal very well. And this ground is one place that they really have to struggle. They have to put in their best before they even be able to get a point or sometimes even the maximum 3 points.
As for Newcastle, there's no happy hunting ground for
most of the big teams. Yeah. So it's a big game that they have to really be careful. They have to just make sure they take their chances very well, because from the word go, when the whistle is blown, I'm sure the Newcastle players will be doing their best to get the early goal in the game to just confuse the Arsenal defense and their midfield. But it will have to take some time. So with Arsenal, Eze needs to take his chances, because he plays as a number 10. Has to create some good chances and make sure he'll be able to give accurate chance and passes to Gyökeres to at least score goals. But one thing about Gyökeres this season is we've not seen him scoring any away goal yet. So this is a big one that he has to do his best against Newcastle.
Well, Arsenal have lost all their past 3 visits, but even a draw might not help them much this time around because of, if they want to compete for the title this season. Sadi, Let's talk about Mr. Howe. You say that he's one of the managers who are very, they know how to adapt really well to the kind of players and the kind of position they come up against. The lineup today looks pretty defensive. It looks like a team that will be hitting maybe Arsenal on the break.
Well, for Eddie Howe, that's what it might look on paper, but when it gets to actually hit the ground, a lot of things would definitely change, because you'd expect Nick Messi Voltemade to stretch.
Yeah, Charlie, Nick, Charlie.
Oh, Charlie. No, but actually that's his nickname in Germany.
Yeah,
you know?
you killed the name Voltemade. Hey.
Oh, Charlie.
Continue. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worry, no worry. So for Nick, that particular part.
I'm sorry, yeah. How to do that?
For Nick, his combinations with the other lads he'll be playing up front with, including what's
that's Gordon. He's got Gordon.
Anthony Gordon,
and then he's got I'll get the other players.
It's Gordon. I'm very keen on, because
and Murphy.
Murphy, but for Gordon is the person I'm keen on, because Murphy is more like the creator, the provider of a lot of goals. So he would provide.
Sometimes operating as like that 10.
Super.
Dropping into maybe can do more, join like a diamond in a midfield. So where you have Gumaresh, Murphy,
triplet.
Yes, and then so the triplet and Murphy operating up behind Voltemade.
But this time it will not only be behind Voltemade, but be behind.
Oh, okay.
Why do I keep saying Joshua?
Gordon
and then
Voltemade.
Voltemade. So he will be playing in that hole, and now it becomes an onus on Arsenal to try and keep Murphy at bay.
That's a good point.
Keeping Murphy at bay in this game is key for Arsenal. Arsenal should not focus on the triplets in the midfield of Newcastle, because they are going to be extra combative. They are going to make you feel their presence. The contact will be there.
They live for it.
That is what they thrive on. The contact is going to be there. But for how he's going to really be very fluid going forward.
Yeah.
They are really going to stretch Arsenal. So if Arsenal is going to be having a lot of the ball, they'll be seeing a lot of the ball. And if they are seeing a lot of the ball, they need to find a way to break that Newcastle midfield. If you can't break the Newcastle midfield, you can create passing channels around the triplets. Create a passing channel around the triplets. Now, creating a passing channel around the triplets or creating a passing channel around the midfield is not Arsenal style. Arsenal want to try as much as possible, hit you through the middle, go through the channels. But in this game, that is one of the parts of the field that is going to be blocked, because there are a lot of bodies in there. They're going to have to find another way to make it work. Okay. It's going to be a very testing game for both teams. In the EPL, how many goals has Newcastle conceded? That is one question we need to ask. How many goals? They conceded 3 against Liverpool. After Liverpool's game, how many more goals have they conceded in the entirety of the EPL this season?
Yeah,
they are one of the shrewdest defenses. They don't concede.
Very stingy.
Exactly. And they are coming up against an Arsenal team that we've seen how they perform in certain games. When they play the likes of Liverpool, we saw what happened. And if anything similar should happen here, it's going to be a very difficult afternoon.
Okay. Just to add to Sadi's stat about Newcastle United, in fact, they've won each of their last 3 home games, right, against Arsenal in all competitions without conceding a single goal. Yeah. While they've also lost 4 in a row at home to the Gunners in August 1969. And Mikel Arteta, Arsenal have also lost more away games than Manchester City in all competitions. So 5 than they have away to Newcastle United 4. Bernard, another ground that is very difficult to play at, that's the St. James's Park. Can Arsenal sail through?
I want to.
That's another test for them if they want to win the title this season.
100%.
One of the big tests.
Interesting. I wanted to talk about 2 points, but you've ushered me into a third. So let me begin with the third point. It's crucial, and for every campaign we usher ourselves into, for us now to come super close and not naked. It took.
They can't finish second again this season.
It took Mikel Arteta.
Why can't they?
It took Mikel Arteta 5 seasons to get Arsenal to be consistent at second, getting close to the trophy, second, getting close to the trophy, that kind of thing. 5. And he's in his...
I don't like the way he said he's laughing.
Don't mind it. Sarcastic. Look, and it's been that for a second, and it cannot continue.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why they would have to go all out for the trophy this season. This is Mikel's 8th season.
No,
7.
7. Yeah.
7th season.
Yeah.
He cannot get it wrong. He cannot get it wrong. And that's the frustration of Arsenal fans. They've been patient, unlike the United and Chelsea fans. They've been patient. They've been patient to stick with the manager for this number of years. Of course, there are examples. He took Pep Guardiola himself. Pep, how many years? I think 5 or 3 years also.
No, it is this guy who took
Jurgen Klopp.
Klopp
took about 5 years as well. And for Pep, it took some fewer years when you compare.
But he led them
numbers.
one title in 9 seasons.
As for Klopp, when we decide to discuss him as a failure,
They don't go there.
people
We
will come
beg
at us.
you. Yeah, so
There's context to that.
yeah, there's context.
There's real
I'm
context.
saying
So-
people,
I think discussing him as a failure is a bit.
No, yeah. I mean, that one we can't.
exaggerated.
Charlie,
No, but for the PL,
wouldn't need to do the Chelsea situation, the take United out.
No, you see-
United
you
is
see-
a
no, but
downward
even still
order.
with the Chelsea situation, there's context to
You
that.
see, Liverpool's situation was quite different.
So-
context?
Yeah.
There's always a context. There's always context. But
What
you
kind of
see,
English is
when
that?
they won the COVID Cup, aka EPL COVID trophy,
Behaviors
we
of-
said they won the trophy
It's
in
okay.
9 years.
Let's not digress. It's
Now
okay.
you as a-
Let's not digress. Stay with us now.
Thank you. So took these managers a certain number of years to chalk successes for their clubs. And Mikel Arteta seemed to be Chedodo. Why should be fancy? Why Chedodo? Chechon. I've gotten that in my basket today. Look, and the Arsenal fans are impatient at this moment. There needs to be an approach and a strategy. And I feel they have that this season. And it leads me into my second point in submission. The Gabriel Magalhaes Saliba.
Yeah, my guys.
Magalhaes. Hey, Charlie. You won't take me to where it's paid. Charlie, this guy. Comparison. And the introduction of the Spain under 21 chap. What was his name?
Zubimendi.
No, not Zubimendi. In Arsenal's defense.
Mosquera,
Yeah, Mosquera.
Okay.
AKA
Christian Mosquera. Look,
really good player.
fantastic guy.
But Arteta, he didn't like defenders.
No.
Oh, no, but he's taking after Pep.
Arteta, when he started building his Arsenal team, the first department he thought about was his defense.
He knows the PL is
foundation
crazy.
has
The
been
PL, the PL is crazy. You'll be exposed big time. I think, and that was the backup. He watched the under 21 chap and brought him in as a sub to Saliba. Saliba is a player I indicated earlier. He had allowed go of, come back in, and was playing the kind of game he had wanted to play. For Mosquera, what he has is, and in that game against Liverpool once more, we saw that bit of strength and the versatility that he combines. Saliba's, he's aggressive and knows how to make decisions, at the same time. And he seemed to have beaten his marker. They brought him to be a backup, but what he does on the pitch of play gets the Arsenal fans super excited, and they cannot have the patience to wait any longer. But that ankle injury is worrying Saliba. From somewhere in September, he had that thing, really worrying. And, we're in September, right?
yeah.
Oh, but I'm saying September like it was last month. so the picture I'm trying to paint is, he has been having some injuries. He's been with his ankle. So then there's no need in rushing him into games where you have the Champions League as well in the
Yeah.
corner to attend to. But it's exciting to see him as a young chap coming in with his versatility, his ability to read the game, on his feet, and to be stabilizing in the PL with a team that is under pressure to win the title. I feel it's going to be instrumental not only in today's game, but to Arsenal's quest you indicated earlier to win the league.
Yeah.
And venues like this, unlike the likes of Pedro Neto, who've decided to not perform in bigger games.
Oh, Charlie.
Of course, he's an attacker. You come against a defender. But this defender will show more light, in bigger games also. Because it's not easy to play against Liverpool and go all that one thing in that game and trying to create your presence. And that's what the guy is going to do in this game. And I feel it will help Saliba a bit of rest to also come out. He combined Saliba's play last campaign, and if you want to do it in seconds, that was about 180,000 seconds in the 2 seasons or back that he had played. Some 3,000 minutes to play in the PL. He will be tired. He's a human being first off. It's going to be a brilliant game. Mosquera, a good setup, but I feel the Arsenal fan should be a little calmer, for him to get himself into the groove. And this Arsenal team, I indicated earlier last season that, or maybe later parts of the last campaign, that they need a bit of that mental toughness. A ground like this will offer you that opportunity to prove if you are mentally fit and pronounced for 3 points in this game.
Okay.
Later.
Let me read some messages. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back and discuss more. Let me get to YouTube first. Sweet Kwame says, okay, so he was responding to Bernard when Bernard asked him if he was doing fine. And he says, Bernard, are they fine? Wilson Klopp says, okay, yeah. Okay, Sweet Kwame says, Arsenal go lose to like United, Liverpool and Chelsea. Newcastle are not really playing good at the moment, so Arsenal will beat them, I think. That's Wilson Klopp. Sweet Kwame comes back to say Newcastle go turn up against Liverpool because of Isak. Let me get to the WhatsApp console. Can come from Tema says Chelsea is not a world champion anymore. UDS is. UDS, University for Development Studies. Yeah. Chelsea are not the world champions anymore. UDS are.
That's a world university game. That's not like FIFA, something.
Area lawyer from Dakuman Kokompe says, good afternoon, guys. Nice show. As for this, my Chelsea coach, I just don't understand him. When he see red card, he started panic. He start panicking. Even wants to run away from his wife. You're not a coach if you can't prepare your team on how to handle a match with 10 men and manage a red card. So annoying. Should give us a break. Hey, already? Okay. Raymond Decoder inside Tema Community 4 says, good afternoon, Republic of Football. Newcastle 1, Arsenal 0, and Barcelona 0, Real Sociedad 1. Okay. Pani Owu from Tema says, when Enzo panics under pressure, everything goes wrong. Bad substitutions is his problem. Why will Enzo take out all his defensive attacking and creative players and rather bring on defenders and midfielders? And that rather creates more pressure on Chelsea team. Maresca needs to sit up and correct his mistakes. He's the problem. He must correct the problem by watching the past games to know what he did wrong so he can rectify the wrongs. For now, he's repeating his mistakes and must sit up. Okay. So, all right, that's it with regard to the text messages. You can also text us on the WhatsApp line 054996 I'm Gabi Ofer. If you're listening to us on radio, we're live on 97.3 on Channel 1 TV. We're there as well on YouTube, City Sports GHA, and on X, it's City FM. We're going for a quick break. When we come back, there's more football talk for you on the Republic of Football on 97.3. I'm Gabi Ofer. We're back with more.
That's right. I take over from Gabby Affair. And we thank you for sticking with us on 97.3 City FM, on Channel 1 TV as well, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on X. Welcome you all for the very latest here on the Republic of Football, and we are live and in charge. Well, it's already 7 minutes into the game, and it's at St. James Park. It's Arsenal 0. Newcastle United, the home side, 0 as well. A bit of ball possession, shared amongst the two. The win probability not looking quite clearer. That's now 44%. Newcastle 30%. The rest sits in the middle as for a draw for the two sides in relation to this game. But we'll talk about the Barcelona Real Sociedad game as well. A bit later into the picture. We'll get to open the lines for you to call and tell us what you think. We've discussed a lot of issues: the Liverpool situation, the United, the Chelsea. What have you? Pen all of that down. When we open the lines for a phone in, you come and tell us what you think. 37 minutes of 3 is Arsenal. 8 minutes played so far. 0-0 at this point. So let's just go a bit into what the first 10 minutes seem to look like for the two sides. Arsenal made 8 changes from their 2-0 win versus Port Vale into this game. Arrizabalaga moved to bench, allowed Raya back in post, and shifting of formation from 4-3-3 in the last campaign to a 4-2-3-1 for Arsenal. The manager knows what's up. So that's it. Newcastle also made about 6 changes. We've analyzed that earlier on from that 4-1 win over Bradford. Pope starts ahead of Ramsdale in this game. Superstar have run you already through the formation, the players starting, and what have you for this game. But for Newcastle United, they want to get back to that glorious moment they've had in Europe for a second. In 10 minutes, we'll analyze the game. Voltamada gets a ball now, trying to look for space. I feel he should have just gone a bit higher off and just lay a scoreboard across the face of goal for an easy tap-in. The ball is still with Newcastle United looking for the outs in Arsenal's area, but Calafiori also strong in that space, to want to stabilize the game at this point. And you've not had your say, in relation to whatever that's been happening for this club, especially in this campaign. Their quest to, the analysts ourselves pushing them to go ahead and win a trophy, but they have to. 10 minutes into that game against Newcastle, a strong side that is also forcing to make their dominance recognized in Europe. How have you seen the Arsenal setup so far?
I think this is a good setup for Arsenal today. I don't think there will be too many complaints from Arsenal fans about the lineup today. Coming into this season, Martin Odegaard's form has been a little bit of a concern to Arsenal. So the acquisition of Eze is very welcome in the fold of Arsenal because of how dynamic he can be. You can use him on the flanks. He can play centrally as he's playing today. And as I said last week, when he assisted that equalizer for Martinelli, he's much more dangerous for me, in my opinion, if he's playing in central areas, because he can see the pitch ahead of him and he can make his creative passing a thing for the team where he can access the players on the wings, and especially Gyökeres. I don't know if you noticed when he assisted Gyökeres in their win against Forest, he kept pointing to Gyökeres about the balls. Eze about the balls. Eze was putting. He wasn't getting that kind of service from most of the wingers. When the supply came in that way, he was able to bang it in the back of the net. So I think this is a good lineup for Arsenal today. It's a more attacking lineup as compared to what we saw last week, which got a lot of complaints from the fan base and the way they approached the game against City. Because of the way City is and the kind of mode City are in currently, a lot of them felt that Arteta kind of took his foot off the gas. He should have gone for the kill against City. So coming up against a team like Newcastle, that is kind of a boogie side for Arsenal. Arsenal kind of struggle a bit across the last few years against Newcastle. I don't think they've had it easy anytime, especially they come to the St. James's Park. So I'm sure he wants to be the one who takes the lead in this game. He wants to be the one who is doing a lot of the attacking. Currently, Newcastle is trying to mount some pressure on Arsenal, but Arteta wants his side to grow into this game and dominate this game and come out with a win. Because with the loss yesterday to the champions, the table is wide open now. You close the gap and you make it more interesting as the weeks come, especially as we are coming to go to an international break. It's nice to close the gap like that before a break like that comes, so that you kind of can analyze where your season will go from there next.
This fixture in the last 5 meetings have fetched no draw. You know, when Arsenal winning twice and Newcastle winning thrice, it's important because of the point you mentioned to put a spectacle on that. So maybe if this adds up to the City meeting, somebody should win this game.
Yeah, somebody should.
And like you indicate, that the table is wide now,
wide open
for you to stamp your authority. But I mean, it has been Newcastle that have been pressing City. And what have you? I've seen you watch with keen interest and swing your hand, here and there. What picture exactly are you trying to paint in here?
Well, I'm just trying to really come to terms with what Newcastle are trying to do in terms of using the height of the people they have in their team. Looking at where Dan Burn is playing today, Dan Burn is looking like, and that's a gift.
It's a penalty.
That should be a penalty.
That's a penalty.
That's a penalty.
No, that's a penalty.
That's a penalty. That's
the goalkeeper goes in
the darkest day of the day.
But then I feel like the defender puts the keeper under pressure. I think
you feel he should just balloon the ball somewhere.
Yeah, balloon the ball somewhere.
Regroup.
Yeah, try and regroup.
That's a penalty. And I believe Saka should actually leave this to Gyökeres because it was his industrious effort that got them the penalty. So he should.
Well, I would love to see a replay. Sometimes things are not how they appear. So,
but
from what we saw initially, that looks like a clear penalty.
Yeah, in normal time, as in football, normal time, not from replay. So you see that
ball over
that's
the top,
a replay.
Gets to him, bounces. Ball there bounces and then gets kicked behind.
It's a penalty.
It's a penalty. Clear penalty all
it's a penalty.
day. Yeah.
But who that is that Dan Burn?
No, that's not Dan Burn.
Who's that?
Dan Burn is on the other side of the pitch. I'll pull up his name for you quickly. That's
Botsman.
That would really be
who's that? Who's that kicking the ball back to the goalkeeper?
So it's very interesting to see a defender in that part of the pitch do that. Let me quickly get that name for you. So
I don't think the penalty is as laid up as it looks.
No, but it's.
I'm going to check.
No, come on! You don't need to check.
That's what I'm saying. Like there was a reverse angle that was shown when you guys weren't looking. That makes it look. I'm sure that's why they want to review it.
It looks like a dive.
It almost looks like the contact wasn't that serious. Like I'll still love to see it again.
But in football, we have something we call impediment of play, don't we? He impeded his play, didn't he? He was just going wide and looking to slot that ball in, and that's the stock into.
Wait, so are they trying to say he gets the ball before he gets into him? No, but that's a penalty. Okay. Okay. Or maybe they are looking at the angle that Gyökeres actually takes the ball away from the goal. Okay.
Gyökeres takes the ball away from the goal for his first
and gets impeded. My point.
The impediment is there, but takes it away.
If you're taking it away from the goal, it's like, you understand?
No, but he's still going to score. No, but if he takes it away from goal, there are acres.
I would love to see
the goalkeeper's right.
I would like to see the decision.
And if he stays on his feet, look at the distance between him and the ball. He's picking the ball and slotting it.
No, but he takes it away.
When he takes it, look very well. Look very well. No, but look very well there.
So the right
if you really look at it
of Pope gets into the ankle of the knee.
So the knees are just hitting each other.
I think they're trying to see where the contact is from. When I look at it from this angle, I barely see any contact. But some other angles make it look super like the contact was intense. I don't know if you get me.
Yeah.
But some other angles make it look like he hacked him. But another angle almost looks like there was little to nothing in it.
I mean, we talk about the brilliance or intelligence of an attacker, don't we? Yeah. And in this situation, how would you describe it? Okay. Goalkeeper's fault, or we take an observation as a decision of the officiating official.
I don't think the referee will give
it. He goes and
he's given it.
Shows that communicates the decision to the Our people in the facility.
Looks like it's not a penalty.
It's not a penalty.
It's not a penalty.
I don't think there was.
No, come on.
It almost looks like there wasn't contact. It looked like Gyökeres was trying to buy the penalty.
No, but there was
Like-
contact. Oh, which they need to come and explain.
I really want to see it again and again myself,
Like-
because sometimes it looks like it,
Is it because he was taking the ball away from the goal? But it's still in the penalty area. There was contact, or wasn't there contact? So now it's a dead ball situation. Oh Lord, the EPL is
that's literally what Gyökeres said. Oh Lord.
the EPL is fantastic.
Wow. Governor, what's your take on that? You agree? I don't agree. I feel that's a penalty.
I want to see.
I also
want
feel
see-
it's a penalty
I want to
because
see numerous-
I just feel like he touched him.
There was a contact.
Yeah, there was a contact. Nick Pope touched Gyökeres,
Oh, wow.
and I feel like he should have been a penalty.
You remember last
See,
year
and this
what
is a-
happened? Not to catch you, but last year the goal that was scored by Isaac,
Yeah.
the full circumference of the ball is believed to have crossed the line before it was crossed back for Isaac to connect into the goalpost. That was the only goal of that match, and that was the controversy of that game.
Yeah.
And then we get another controversy in that same fixture at the same venue. Wow. I know a club that would be looking for such a luck, and that club's name is Chelsea in terms of red cards and penalties.
Look,
I don't know why you get.
I mean, it's surprising. It's surprising to see incident of the sort and later goes under review, and the referees.
Okay.
What happened? You watch that again?
No,
What
no,
happened?
but maybe
There
you
was
see,
barely. There was barely.
but take it back and let's
I'm-
look at.
I'm
No,
watching
you
the
guys
ball.
will have to paint the pictures to listeners out there.
No, look at Pope's leg. Pope actually now goes. Look at his leg. Pope kicks the ball as the ball is kicked. Then
Yeah,
Pope
so
kicks.
Pope gets a little touch on the ball.
So I believe the little touch on
So
the
if it's
ball
not a
from
penalty,
Pope-
that should be a corner.
No, so he whistled. The ball was hovering on the other side, and he whistled.
But
so
I'm
it's-
watching this in like.
See, the referees appointment committee
Yeah,
are going to apologize after this.
the PG.
Yeah, the
MOL.
PGMOL are going to the professional game management something. Look, they are going to apologize. That's the thing that eats this league out.
Wow.
Because
This is
because
hard.
for me there's contact. The attacker takes the ball away from the keeper. He's a striker. Take it. It could have been any of the players on field, but he's an attacker. He takes the ball away from the goalkeeper. They are inches away, from him getting to the ball. Should he have stayed his ground for the ball? But the knee of the goalkeeper get into the knee of the attacker. The attacker goes down, and it's not a penalty. Smooth. Let's just.
You see,
Well, it's 20 minutes played though. It's 0-0 in that game. 0549 986 996 is your WhatsApp line. Let's see if you have few messages. I'll be checking on YouTube as well to see what guys are also saying, all together in what we are seeing in this game. And for me, it's surprising. But I don't know what you think out there. I'm not trying to incite you. I know you are watching the game as well. You have to let us know what you think. In our comment section on YouTube, on Facebook, on X, on TV. You have opportunity to send a message on 0549 986 996 21 minutes played at the St James Park. There's Arsenal.
I think
Newcastle. I have a few messages. I want to attack.
I'm seeing things from online, and I think the decision was made based on the fact that Pope got attached to the ball.
that's what I feel.
That's what made the decision that way, because of Pope's touch the ball. Gyökeres got the touch, but Pope touches the ball too. So I think that's.
But who touched the ball first?
No, so Gyökeres touched the ball and then took it.
Well,
he
Suit
touched the ball
it's
trying
not
to
a
take
penalty
it
or
away from Pope. And with
then
that touch, it touches
Nick
Pope too.
now touches the ball to try and also now get it behind Gyökeres. And it's a whole lot of mini touches. Yeah, just a mini touch.
I
I'm sure.
I don't agree.
You see the amazing thing about EPL. I'm sure if it were to be any other referee, I'm sure he'd have taken this as a penalty.
Most probably. That's
No,
the thing.
but he went to check.
The thing about these decisions is that sometimes is the lack of consistency.
Yes.
Because today this won't be given, and
That's the problem.
per everything being described, there's a valid reason it's not given. But on some other days, some referee out of his own
Who gives
discretion.
I'm telling
That's
you,
a
the
penalty.
Then
PGMOL
it
will
becomes a
come and
problem.
explain after this game
Oh yeah, they'll do
why
that.
it's a penalty and why they
Or,
are sorry.
or there are
and why they
situations
feel-
too where it happens like this, and they come and assess the fact that
I
it wasn't
agree.
a penalty.
I agree.
So-
Perfectly. I agree perfectly to that. Sweet Kwame on YouTube in the comment section says it's on a penalty all day. And it says no contact. It comes says Pope didn't touch Gyökeres and he was moving away from the goal post.
So I
he-
think
he-
all
he
those things
explains.
contributed
on,
to the
on,
decision.
on WhatsApp, absolutely. On WhatsApp, Kwame from Awoshi says Arsenal will not win the league in recent times and can be boiled down to. I feel that boils down to bad officiating too. It says, well. He goes ahead and says, now I'll come back to you. I go ahead and says, what is this? Yesterday, Salah gave an assist with his hand and a goal was allowed. And today, look at this. I can't use that word on radio. I think it was a poor officiating. I'm done watching the game because I know how it will end. Alfonso in Sakumano says, Arsenal 4, Newcastle United 0. I'll wait to see if that will transpire. Philip from Tama says, sack Maresca now. Sack that fraud.
Hey.
In the Club World Cup, the only match we played well was against PSG. The guy just knows how to pass ball. Klopp used 9 men to beat Newcastle at the St. James Park. Also, every Italian manager at Chelsea always have bad second season. Sack him now, he adds. 0549 986 996. 23 minutes into the Arsenal game. Is there Calafiori trying to unlock an opportunity? Didn't sum up properly from that set piece. Whereas now everyone figuring out their set piece, options are now. So it comes to Gyökeres. He heads that into Calafiori, who was coming in from the 6 yard, but didn't find that opener, if you want. Let me get through few messages. Okay, there are a few messages. There are messages that we also have seen on YouTube. Kofi Asari says last season Brighton was awarded a penalty against Arsenal because he headed João Pedro's head, even though he touches the ball first. Different rules for Arsenal every day. Absolutely rigged league, he adds. Adam Tech says it's a penalty, bro. It is because Liverpool lost points. I think he's just opposing now with Liverpool's game the other time. Is Gabriel's foul a handball after a kick from Jacob Murphy? It's not. It didn't touch the ball at all. So a lot of comment. It didn't touch. It didn't touch the hand at all. I think he's reacting to a comment in the session. But I've said that this game in the last 5 have seen results go for either sides. But it's early days yet. Still live on radio 97.3 City FM, on TV, on Channel 1 TV, on X. We are there ourselves, City FM, on Facebook. We also there. So you can join the discussion. CK from Awoshi, right? Is that Awoshi? Ashama says Gyökeres would have taken the ball and scored, bro. Poor from the ref. So people are indeed commenting, in relation to that. Make your points. There's Coach Christopher Nimley, who's seated and being calm watching the game, as I'll pick reactions from him. Now come back to you, come now.
You see, I believe it's because of the teams involved.
Okay,
that's why there's this uproar. In the earlier game of the day, Aston Villa versus Fulham, when it was 1-0 to Fulham, Ryan Sessegnon cut in the box, delivered a very good incisive shot heading towards the goal, the back of the net. Matty Cash had a trailing hand, diverted and bent the ball away from the goalpost. The referee said play on, and Fulham ended up losing the game. So I'm just saying that I believe it's just because of the sort of teams that are in this particular game. But you can't compare this to what Sanchez did last week. What Sanchez did last week is called hacking. He hacked the player. He hacked Mbeumo.
I'm a Chelsea fan. Kennedy from Hallway says. But seriously speaking, we have the worst fan base in football. So impatient. 1 or 2 defeats and we want the coach sacked. Shaking my head. Come now, I don't want you to attack this message part. Now I want to go to Nimli to assess the situation and let us know his thought on that. Technically, but tactically. But you watch this game, and do you see it turning for? I mean, from the incident that we've seen, in the last 28 minutes, do you see a winner at the end of this game?
Oh yeah, it's a very open game, like very very open. If we see clearly end-to-end action, Arsenal trying their best to get a goal.
The Calafiori,
Why should you go and take
go and
Newcastle
take
towel
Pope's towel to go and clean the ball before kicking?
He wants to do a long throw.
And if this is in Ghana, in Doma, somewhere in Doma, at the Adriana
I know where you
Park,
take this.
this would have been dangerous.
No, but Pope
In
said
Saka
you should have gone to
Yeah.
This is a chance. Go.
Wow, that's a really
safe,
good save
safe.
from Pope.
Yeah, but you're not going to take Pope's towel to go and clean the ball and throw
against him.
against him. Charlie, in Ghana football, this is taboo. Like Charlie, this is something serious. Like, why would you do this? And imagine in the Ghana situation, and the ball scores. Like Kotoko House of Folk. Yeah? And a House of Folk player, I don't want to mention them to put anyone in trouble, but a House of Folk player goes and pick Chase Tao. Yeah? A Kotoko keeper. Is it Chase though? No, there's a new guy. Kamara's Chase with I think Dreams or somewhere now. He goes and picks his towel and cleans the ball with it. And then Hart attacks. And then Hart scores. Oh, Charlie. And the game is happening at Baba Sports Stadium.
It will be sensational.
I'm telling you.
Sensational stuff.
I'm telling you. But I mean, the press is still on for Arsenal to. But Newcastle have tall players. Don't say.
Even when they were warming up, you
Mm.
could see clearly they were doing a lot of warm up concerning the corner kicks and other throw-ins that Arsenal will be getting. So they were doing a lot of it. What's the name? Warm up on it. But for this game, I just feel like we'll just see a winner because both teams are playing so well. But Arsenal looks clearer. They want to get the early goal. They want to get a goal before halftime, and that I'm sure the penalty that they didn't get didn't affect them, and that is good from them. So they are just trying their best to get the goal, and I'm sure Eze and the likes will do their best to get a goal for Arsenal.
Okay, Coach. I mean, let me find out what you think. You want to start from the penalty situation.
Definitely. As to how that was not again given.
They says Pope clearly gets a foot
if you watch the
on the
replay,
ball.
Pope touches the ball.
Touches the ball.
Yeah, Pope touches the ball. You
And
see,
then when
Gyökeres takes the first touch.
Pope touches the ball, but he impeded Gyökeres.
No.
If you are
You see, Gyökeres touches the ball. Gyökeres touches the ball and takes the ball in the direction of Pope. Then when the ball goes in the direction of Pope, Pope's leg gets to the ball before his touch on Gyökeres. I think that's the reasoning behind the decision.
We have seen Casemiro shown a red card.
Yeah.
When he gets to the ball and then his follow through carry him onto the player.
Yeah. Yeah.
That ball you saw there.
Yeah, that's true.
Apart from the 18 box, any other wherever on the pitch is a foul.
Yeah.
Is a foul.
Yeah.
That is what I don't get. Yesterday, there was a clear penalty against Chelsea.
Yeah.
It was not given.
Yeah, Gusto.
Yesterday, the Brentford first goal against Manchester United, there was a clear foul against Matthias Cunha. It was not given. So at times you look at these referees and those guys. Liverpool's goal yesterday.
Hand of God
shouldn't have stood.
So you look at those people sitting in the room there.
The VAR.
Oh, me, I don't trust them. I think most of them come with the results,
their results.
in their pocket.
Oh, Coach.
You see, they should not.
I think that's denting a little.
No, with them. I beg you, with them.
Yeah.
And with this level of technology, we shouldn't be getting such decisions wrong. Because they have the opportunity to watch and watch and watch and watch and then decide. It will be shocking to me that the referee who's got only one opportunity to make a decision,
Yeah.
gets it right, and those in there,
Because the referee pointed at the
Yeah.
spot,
And
and he
those
was
in there-
he was meters away from the incident.
and those
They
in
really
there
was-
rather overturn the decision. And if you look at it critically, but see, if he had not contacted Jokeres, Jokeres would have gotten to the ball.
Yeah.
So you need to take that into consideration as well.
But I think what they are taking into consideration first is what's preceded what. So did if his
But
action
yesterday we
if his
didn't
action
see
of,
what preceded.
and that's the problem with these
No,
things.
yeah,
They
yeah,
are-
no,
they-
and I agree. That's inconsistent.
I made that point before
And I agree.
Coach came
I
on
agree.
about the fact that this will not be given, and maybe there are valid reasons for it, but in another situation it is given, and there's no consistency with
At
it.
all. And look, it's a bit sad because to me, with VAR, we shouldn't be getting the obvious decisions wrong. Like yesterday, the Liverpool equalizing goal, as to how Brighton was not awarded that penalty, as to how that foul against Matthias Cunha was allowed to stand, and then it was
Coach, what
amazing.
was the selling point? The controversy, or it sort of takes the beauty out of the game a little? Because no controversy also sells.
You see, maybe that is why they do what they do. Maybe that is why they do what they do. Because at the end of the day, they need to talk.
Yeah.
After these games, there has to be some talking. It cannot be, the talking cannot be in the right sense. In the right sense, no. Something will have to run for the week. There has to be a story for the week until the next games are played.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But coming back to the game, I don't know why the game is. You see, the balls that Arteta have shown in this game, if he had showed even 20% of it against Man City last week, Arsenal wins. If he had shown at least 20 to 30% of this against Liverpool at Anfield, I think Arsenal would have gotten a result. If they won't lose the game, they would have Newcastle ahead.
Tell me, Mr. Nick.
Yeah, Nick Votamada.
Mr. Nick Votamada.
Nick's that thing.
shocked.
I like that. When you say Nick
Nick
City.
Yeah, Nick.
Nick Messi.
You see, it is.
But my coach, if you're an Arsenal fan, if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm hurting. Because I get a penalty, and it's a clear penalty. We cannot move from that talk.
No, you see, at the end of the day, you can decide to, or they can decide to stay there. The game has moved on. As we speak, they've considered the first goal.
You have to move on.
Absolutely.
And I want to look at the manner in which they considered this goal.
You see, and they get back, and the Arsenal fans are
They're talking about.
Odegaard, Saka,
Let's look at it.
no,
But
Mascara.
today Arsenal are complaining about pushing on the corner kick. Today Arsenal.
So you watch the corner kick again.
That's what I'm saying.
They
That
play
Arsenal
short.
should. Nobody is. Look, they do these
and
things
the
all the
second
time.
Mascara.
No,
not
let's
Mascara.
see. Let's look at it. Let's
Nick
look at it.
The ball comes
Let's
in.
look
Nick
at it.
Votamada.
Oh no, that's
Gets a
that,
little touch on.
It's a clear goal.
that's
Who's
a
that?
goal. Look,
It's a
this-
goal.
Look, come on, look.
We
look
saw
at-
what
look.
they did to
Well, he
Bayern.
said what? That's
we saw
true.
what they did
He couldn't
to-
stay on his feet after that.
I feel that.
No,
I feel
it was
Votamada
too
was
soft.
allowed an acre of space.
It was too soft. It's
You
a
don't-
perfect
no,
goal.
no,
There's no way this
That's
will
too
be
soft.
disallowed.
That's too
Coach,
soft.
so
Then
the problem-
then football is not for him.
The problem is they've met their masters in terms of height.
Come on. What was the pushing there? It's a
They've
clear
met
goal.
their masters
It's a
in
clear
terms
goal.
of
See,
height.
the fact is, when you look for a team that will push
Yeah.
on the set piece, no team does it better than Arsenal. They are the top-notch most team when it comes to pushing people's goalkeeper, pushing. How many times did you not see them do that?
It's true.
Last season, last 2 seasons.
Against Manchester United in the first game of
Even
the
forget
season.
about last season. We lost count of the number of times that Gabriel will be allowed to head the ball because players like Odegaard and Martinelli are blocking and pushing
Gabriel
the
is still
goalkeepers
complaining
of
about
others.
it. Gabriel is still complaining about it.
If you are tall,
Like
the
he's-
guy to Nick too is very tall.
Nick Vex.
No, like
He's giving him a warning.
But was Gabriel the guy who was pushed? I think it was
Gabriel was the one who was
Gabriel,
pushed.
No.
So was Mosquera. Was Mosquera?
Yeah, Mosquera was the one. Now you to go and push and score. You've been pushing people all the time. Today they push you, they score. You are hungry.
36 minutes in.
But Nick speaks really good English for someone who just came to the league. He's quite impressive.
No, you can clearly see that he's not a technical, but he's a physical player. And from the way Newcastle,
He's giving him warning.
yes, if you can
And Arsenal, guys, hold on a second. Arsenal gets into their mood for another set. This is a corner for Arsenal. On the right hand side of Nick Pope, he balloons that ball into the area, and there's a bit of pushing here and there. They've got height Newcastle, and Arsenal still with the ball. Newcastle clears. This game is going to get physical.
Oh yes.
Look,
Possible red card loading.
Look, I've always said, Newcastle at St. James's, the level of physicality they show in their games is amazing. But when they go away from home, they don't play this physical.
I feel they allowed him a field day.
Look at you should be strong.
You look at his height.
That's actually
That's Gabriel.
That's Gabriel.
That's actually Gabriel.
That's actually Gabriel doing that.
Gabriel was the one who was pushed.
Yes, that's
surprising for me.
And he should be the one who should be staying on his feet.
Yeah, he should be staying on his feet.
Nobody pushes better than him.
Should be staying on his
How
feet.
many times have we not seen he and Saliba pushing opponents' goalkeepers and they are scoring and they are jubilating? In the first game, when they were all over Bahrain there and they scored, they jubilated.
Yeah.
If it goes in your favor, you take it. If it goes against you, you swallow it and move on. But they are playing well. Arsenal are playing well. So I won't be surprised if they
They'll equalize, yeah.
This is 97.3 City FM. I invited on WhatsApp, on YouTube, which I am on. Currently trying to see what the guys are talking about in there. So have your say on the show on 0549986996. Later you come in with what you think, as part of your thoughts. What you've seen in the first 45 so far. Let's get to other platforms as well and know what's been happening, in other leagues. We'll still be commenting. It's just 38 minutes. Saka gets the ball. He tries to 10-10, looking for a foul. It does not work. And let's update you guys by way of telling you what the latest is with the other games which are happening. Earlier on, Aston Villa played Fulham, beating them by 3 goals to 0. The guys are giving the referee a field day.
Arsenal are playing into the kind of game Newcastle wants.
Exactly.
They are just playing into the game.
True.
If you keep getting into these scruffles and these little battles with them, like this, what they thrive on these things.
In La Liga, Rayo Vallecano suffered the defeat against Sevilla. Sevilla beating them by a goal to 0. Elche still playing Celta Vigo, leading by 2 goals to 190 plus in that game. Barcelona will be playing Real Sociedad later on at 4:30. Real Betis will be playing Osasuna at 7 p.m. later as well. In the German Bundesliga, Freiburg played 1-1 with Hoffenheim. Cologne playing with Stuttgart is 1-1 in that game. Union Berlin will be playing Hamburger later at 5:30 p.m. Serie A. In Serie A, Sassuolo 3, Udinese 1. Game is done. Roma ended that game beating Hellas Verona by 2 goals to 0. Pizza also ended that game against Fiorentina 0-0. In the Lecce are playing Bologna 6 minutes into the game. It's 0-0. AC Milan will be playing at 6:45 against Napoli. And we'll be telling you more about that. In the French Liga, Nice played 1-1 with Paris FC at halftime. Angers 0, Brest 2. Ima will be excited for Brest later on today. I know he will come in strong. Talking about Brest having a penalty. Castillo kicking that in, and Lascari also scoring. So 2-0 for Brest. In that game. Lille at halftime are losing against Lyon. Lyon up 1-0 in the game. Metz 0, Le Havre 0 as well. Rennes will be playing Lens later at 6:45. So that's by way of updating what's been happening in the games. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, you have a feed. What's happening?
Kotoko leading 1-0 at Nigeria.
Oh, okay, that's nice. That's nice. Against Kwara, in the CAF Confederations Cup. So that's what by way of updates as well. But 40 minutes in that game, what's happening?
They are having a nice time with each other.
Gabriel is shocked that somebody has given him a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah, that's true. Votamani is really getting spicy with him. He's getting into all the battles with him.
That's true.
He actually did not shake his hand after the altercation.
altercation.
He was just giving him a warning.
No, there's no friends here.
You push me to score. You see what I'll do to you. I've been pushing people and scoring all the time.
I just find it really funny. Like,
Interesting stuff in here. That was not a push, was it?
yeah, that's barely a push. Like,
It's a push.
No, you
I
see,
feel you see that the game is a contact game.
yeah.
I have my hand just behind you a little in a
I think he was trying to buy it.
Yeah.
He was flat-footed. That was the problem.
That's it. That's what I see.
So
That's what I see.
the Gabriel I know would have jumped long ago,
Yeah.
and the push would have.
Especially
if there
in
was
the
a
defensive
push,
fold.
the pitch.
They're still arguing about it.
what-
Like, they're still arguing.
What the referee,
Charlie.
what the referee would have
Yeah.
permitted was if he had jumped and was pushed in the air,
Yeah.
but he had not even taken.
Yeah,
the
you're not taking flies. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't call that a push.
But coach, your player in Gabriel, you see him still arguing with Votamata. Votamata getting straight into his head.
Ateta should be very careful. I think what Ateta needs to do is to quickly call Gabriel and get him to forget about it, because no amount of argument will fix the damage. Rather focus, because what you don't want to do as a defender is to allow these attackers to get into your head. You could rush things, and if you don't take a silly booking, could just come and then completely ruin everything that the team has done. Because what is happening is that it's just 1-0.
Yeah.
There's a lot more football to be played, and clearly Newcastle hasn't won the game yet, although they have a lead to protect. But at the end of the day, they are actually, Arsenal are really competing. It is not a game that anybody can say Arsenal is being manhandled or they are being bullied. Tactically, they are playing possessive-wise. I think they are in charge, a bit dominant over Newcastle. But what they need to do is not to dance to the tune, not to play to the rhythm of Newcastle.
You do that,
Newcastle
you're
will
in trouble.
fancy the physicality. And that is what those over 65,000 supporters, that's what because they will cheer every form of physical cut. You see, they are making people like Saka feel it in their bones and in their spines. So that you see, what the Newcastle will not allow you time on the ball at St. James's.
Yeah.
They will not.
You mentioned the numbers. I want us to get into the in-game possession. So, like you rightly mentioned, Arsenal have 52% in terms of ball possession.
in terms of ball possession.
You know, to 48 for Newcastle United, and the total shots, Arsenal have hit 8 with 4 on target. Newcastle have 3 on target, and for big chances, Arsenal have 1. It's 1 apiece in that game. But I mean, for accurate passes, like in ball possession, Arsenal are doing it 81%. So everything going in favor of for Arsenal. And like coach, you say, I agree with you. The coach would have to calm the guys down and concentrate. And
they'll have to be a bit patient in the build-up. It's good to match the physicality, but when you are on the ball, player for player, technically you've got the better players. There's Eze, there's Saka. Okay, there are players in there who should be allowed to take control of the game and then they take the tempo. Okay, but as we speak, the game is being played at a certain tempo. Arsenal technicians themselves are being made to rush.
7 minutes.
Okay,
and 7 minutes of added time.
yeah, and in a game of football like this, as a coach, you want your technician to show a bit more control, a bit more finesse when they are in possession of the ball. You see, Gabriel, he's pushing and heading. Nobody's complaining. That is good. But when you are pushed to, you should accept it.
Yeah. So Joe Linton flicks one for, and right on the line, and they seem to. Newcastle, they seem to love what is happening, even though they are not controlling a lot
As
of
I was
possession.
saying, Arsenal are playing
No.
into the kind of game Newcastle wants. Newcastle, when they play teams that are heavy on having the ball, they like these kind of things.
Yeah.
The game shouldn't flow.
So you see, this is why Thomas Partey shouldn't have been
Young.
allowed to lead.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
this is what he would have given them. We've seen Otamendi.
Yeah.
He's not the controller. From the way the game is going, Arsenal need that midfield head.
Yeah.
Who will just tell everybody, let's move away from this intensity of Newcastle. Let's create our tempo. And you need somebody to set the tone.
Yeah.
And normally, is the Busquets, Pello, Partey sort of midfielders that you need.
True.
Okay? They will just take the ball, for example. The ball was the Arsenal goalkeeper as we speak.
Yeah.
Partey, if he's there, he will show up. But look at
Yeah.
Zubimendi. He's presented himself to be marked Partey will be moving and make sure he gets the ball. When he receives it, so you see, Reha keep hitting the ball long.
Yeah.
And that is not Arsenal. That is good. That is good. That is not Arsenal. He slips.
Oh, Saka.
You understand? That is not Arsenal. And the Partey, when Partey was part of this team, you hardly see them go long like that.
Yeah.
Okay? You hardly see them go long. The Partey will always make sure they are in control.
Hey.
There you go. There you go. And for me, the problem I've got is that the DM of the team, Declan Rice, you know, is not a controller. He enjoys the back and forth, the to and fro, the go, come, go, come. You see, there are times in football you need somebody within the team to be a bit different.
Yeah.
And normally such players are given the acronym of being controllers. If you are in charge, that is when you control the tempo. That's when you detect the tenacity or the intensity of the game. And Arsenal don't have that. So like we've all agreed, they've played strictly to the intensity and tempo of Newcastle.
Yeah.
Newcastle want the game to be very chaotic
they want
because they know if it is that structured, Arsenal win them over with their technical players. They will definitely do that.
Let's go into some few messages on YouTube. Sweet Kwame says, "Feel it in your bones and spine."
Yes, sensation.
Yeah. And he has another one. Kwame, he says sensation. That's it. Yeah. So that's it on YouTube. So keep your messages coming in that space. Zibo Salasi says, "Good evening, coach. I met you for the first time at the funeral yesterday." You went for a funeral?
Yes.
I was hoping to take a picture with you, but you disappeared. I guess you were in a hurry to go and watch the United game. So, who deservedly got beaten this weekend?
Oh.
It seems everyone had their share of disappointment. As for Maresca and he had the sweet hashtag Zimbo. Yeah. Ayuba Halilu from Castor says, "Good afternoon. Enzo Maresca should know that the patient of the silence of the gods should not be mistaken for dominance." I tell you. That's what he said. I don't even understand. One more disgraceful result and he will go back to the championship. This is not, I don't want to say, this is Chelsea, not Manchester United.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just reading his message. 0549 986 996 on your WhatsApp messages. I see some few funny stuff happening on YouTube. Anyway, but Coach Christopher Nimley in the studio, Adam Kai as well, setting up in the studio, and Komna Yabua, who've been giving us a bit of what's been happening in the Kotoko game, even though we don't need it here, but of course.
I see you are lifting Kwabune's, mood and everything because of his drip lord nature today.
Yeah. Today he decides to do that.
Yeah, but today he was wearing spectacles because he
just put it down when the teams were not going. He wanted to see clearer.
Yeah, when your team is losing,
in Nimley's voice, you feel it. It was in your bones and
his eyes. This time we need to add ice because his team is losing. They've been losing consistently.
Yeah. But the referee added 7 minutes 7 minutes plus to that game. Arsenal, Newcastle at St. James Park. It's still Newcastle who are leading by a goal to 0, and Tonali controlling the ball, taking it back to Ben. He sends it to his goalkeeper, and the game flows for them as well. 0549 986 996 here on the show. Your messages are welcome. I see people want to call through WhatsApp. You can call. You can call. When we open the lines, but you can if you pass Sowe or there's a bypass to try and get your thing right. Charlie, it won't work. Yeah. Coming from Akoteman says Arsenal should just relax and control the game. Keep passing. You
should just take a cue from what Barcelona did to them when they came to St. James's.
You say, in the Champions, Basaka, Pedri.
Just keep passing the ball. You tire them out.
But you give them. You see, It's a high octane.
And that's exactly the example. I said, didn't they watch Barca play against Newcastle?
Fantastic.
Patience is key. The Barca way always. He says. As now in time past, we're doing the Barca thing.
That is what Partey brought to them. You see, you take it. Look, in these games, he would just be calming everybody down, passing, receiving, detecting the tempo. Give it to me when there's no way. I detect where it goes next, and then we are properly coordinated. And it is more or less like a rehearsed sort of way of doing it, controlled. You see, when you are controlling it, then it means you are more or less in the better position to determine the next move or the next outcome, because this is good.
Dinam Ashigbe. So Newcastle is attacking.
Brilliant.
They get into the box of Arsenal once more. He gets out of the box and he's trying to look for all options available for Newcastle to get into the second goal. It's halftime. The halftime call now. Fair. 1-0 in favor of Newcastle United. We'll be returning to do halftime analysis shortly. But there are messages on YouTube. It says one more goal Newcastle. Sweet Kwame asked for that. SH says that is why Pedri is underrated. Gave the Newcastle robust midfield a midfield lesson.
Yeah, exactly. You see, he and De Jong that day, I watched that game because I really wanted to see how Barcelona will handle them.
Okay.
So I watched that game. What the two of them never did was to involve in the physical. And Hansen Flick did something brilliant. He had Femin together with them. Femin is very mobile. You see, he was moving, so the Newcastle players couldn't identify. So anytime De Jong or Pedri will find themselves in that difficult situation, the movement of Femin allowed them to go to him, free themselves, receive, and then start the build up all over, keep the ball. So they were just doing it.
It gets you tired.
Until they got tired. Look at the Rashford header. It was a completely free header. And that is what will happen when you are chasing. You see, you burn a lot of energy when you chase the ball.
Yeah.
That's what most people don't know. The energy burned by going left, right, center, right, back. You burn a lot of energy. So if that team can Arsenal really need to control. But the question is Zubimendi a controller? Is Declan Rice a controller? I don't think these two are. And as a result of that, if they don't take care, the next goal, in my view, will be extremely, very, very important. If Arsenal were to score, game on. If Newcastle were to score, game over.
The momentum of the game still is with Arsenal. You asked me. I'll come to you, Sedi, but I want to pick a message from YouTube. Dinam Ashigbe says football is evolving once more. I think the teams who are doing finesse football will suffer this season. The game is now chaotic. I don't know where this name is pronounced, Selsh or something. SLSH. They benched 7 of their players after that game when they played Bournemouth. I think you're talking about Newcastle.
Yeah, he's talking about Newcastle. After the Barcelona game, their next game, the midfielders that started the Barcelona game didn't start. You're tired. So
you'll be tired. The play here and there will get you super tired. We are live on Facebook.
The way they had to run and chase the ball that day. If you don't rest them, if you don't try to give them that extra day of rest, you will just be exposing them to hamstring injury, and it will be the one that will keep them off the pitch beyond 2 months. So, see, this is what we call proper manager. You see, you are, because look, football is well advanced. The level of technology exhibited, because everybody, your heartbeat, the distance covered, the speed, everything is being measured. And there are times where the player's DNA or their genetic setup is well known. By the medical team. So you know that this player, per his setup, per
he can't go
history,
this,
per his injury record, if you were to go beyond a certain distance at a certain
mile,
speed, then you need to do things to manage his minutes for the next 2 or 3 games, so that you get him refreshed. If you cannot do that, You remember that was one of the things that Arteta didn't do wisely, and it got Saka to injured, and then Arsenal lost the steam in the title race last season. The persistent using of the young man, week in, week out, week in, week out, and then we started complaining. And that injury that kept Saka away for 3 months. It wasn't a physical contact. It was a simple hamstring. This thing, you see,
coach, hamstring is not simple.
No, when I say simple, no, as compared to the sort of injuries that will become as a result of
maybe an anterior crucial ligament and what have you.
You see, one thing that you should be able to avoid, unless it becomes so necessary that it's something that you cannot control, is hamstring injuries. Hamstring injuries normally come about when the players don't train properly, or when they are excessively fatigued, when fatigue sets in. That is when the physio or the physical instructor are not getting them to stretch properly, to open up their veins and their spines, to contract, expand, contract, expand. That is when those things happen. And it's about your ligament or your tendons. When they are overly stretched, all those things are more or less elastic. If it goes beyond its
elasticity,
then you have to go and sit up and allow it to build up again. You understand? For me, I look at this all day.
The penalty situation. I wanted us to go.
I look at it all day. I think it's a penalty.
Edwin Kakofi, is streaming us live across the platform, and says, "I get coach's argument, but those other incidents coach describes can't be reviewed by the VAR."
You see,
we saw the Chelsea.
Watch it. Watch attack.
The fact is, if the contact were not there, Gyökeres gets to the ball because look at the speed of the ball.
Okay, they have the overturned decision. It says after review, the referee overturned the original decision of the penalty to Arsenal. Referee's announcement after review: the Newcastle goalkeeper plays the ball and there's no foul. The final decision is drop ball, like Adam was highlighting.
Because of the touch he got on the ball. You see, if
I don't agree on
I'm not saying I agree. I'm not saying I agree, but they are using chronology here. What came first in the sequence? If the contact between he and Gyökeres came first before the touch on the ball, that's a penalty all day. But I'm sure their reasoning is like the touch came before the contact. So if that touch doesn't come, the ball doesn't go in that direction. It's kind of similar to the conversation we were having yesterday on air about the Salah goal.
Okay, I think watching it again, I think they got the decision right. It was a penalty. Now,
how about Semini?
Now look at it.
No, coach. No, coach.
You understand what I'm talking about?
A player is with the ball.
Gyökeres touched the ball.
Yeah.
And then the ball was also touched by the goalkeeper. That leg became a standing leg.
The goalkeeper's leg?
Yes. The one that touched the ball went down and it never moved.
Yes, it didn't move.
And Gyökeres rather moved his leg to hit the goalkeeper.
You see,
these semantics we are
no. These are the goalkeeper.
Because
if the goalkeeper, after touching the ball, had moved his leg towards
the attacker trying to,
then that was why it would have been given.
Because if you watch it, if you notice, he takes his leg out the way when he touches the ball and Gyökeres comes. He's moving. He's trying to move his leg out the way.
His leg went touch down. It went touch down like that.
You see, he's even lucky not to have twisted his ankle.
Charlie.
No, seriously, there's super minute details, but like I kind of understand the decision.
Look. I get this to be using wording, like I just want to say semantics. I get it with a lot of wordings trying to describe a certain situation here. Because take the ball out of the penalty area, like coach was trying to describe initially.
Yeah,
you're coming with the ball as an attacker. You kick the ball runs few meters away from you as a striker. I stretch my leg, dispossess the ball, and I've become a block
between you and
between the ball, me and you. Yeah. And then you run into me, and I impede your play in a certain direction. What would you describe that?
Is it that
a foul?
Everywhere in the middle of the park is a foul. But at the end of the day,
no, I don't get this.
The goalkeeper's zone is demarcated.
So the goalkeeper's
there was nothing.
The goalkeeper's dominance in the area, right?
Looking at it again, the reason why it was not given is very simple. That leg that touched the ball did not follow through.
Okay.
Okay, if the leg had followed through, then VAR, in my view, wouldn't have turned it down. Because if you look at it again, it was touch down. Okay, when he touched the ball, his leg went down. You can even see him trying to move his leg
out of the way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was trying to move his leg out
Yeah,
of
out
the way.
of
So
the
his
way. So
intention
I
wasn't to
understand.
follow through to the player.
I understand.
Okay, that's fair. 0549986996. Now the interesting part about today's show is that we ran after 5 because we have to allow the game end so we can tell you the full picture of what's been happening in today's game. So it's 4:30. I want you to have your say because we have that time, and we'll come back to run the game to the end. I also have your messages on 0549986996. We'll go for a break. The Barcelona game also starting. We'll have that on our screens. We'll be telling you about what's been happening in that game together with the Arsenal game as well. And this message says Arsenal are in a rush to catch up with Liverpool, which won't materialize. Newcastle do that for us from Raymond Decoder inside Tema Community 4. Guys, phone in now. Should we go for a break first? Let's go for a quick break. When we return in studio, we'll talk more in what's been happening in today's game. As Newcastle United won against St. James Park, Arsenal 0, Premier League action, a lot of games. Barcelona have started their game against Real Sociedad. We'll get to talk about it. So stick and stay with us on all our platform here on Channel 1 TV if you're doing the watching, on radio on 97.3 CTFM, on X as well, and on Facebook. We'll get back and there's more.
of football. You know why I screamed? The second half already on. Arsenal 1. Newcastle United 1. Arsenal 0. I beg you. I don't want trouble. But Newcastle nearly scored again. Newcastle nearly scored. Again, it was Voltamada, Nick. This guy. Has he replaced Isaac already? Or it's too early for me to draw that kind of comparison and what have you? I want to know. 0549986996. Now, if you are writing, do the thing short. May you not give me some lesson notes. What are they hate? Reason why I was never a teacher. Coach will never forgive me because I am also a chemistry student. Look, coach will never forgive me because of lesson notes. That I didn't like it in my life. So if you are writing, don't give me lesson notes. Shall I do that thing simple? Let me read. Let's go. You know, the game is on after the break. Newcastle 1, Arsenal 0. I'll be giving you the Barcelona lineup. They started that game as well. 7 minutes into the game, I see Conde in the game for Barcelona. We'll get to know what's happening in there. But I want to get your messages on 0549986996 on YouTube. There are a few messages. I'll read their messages. I'll read a few. If Arsenal don't win the league this season, not only should Arteta be sacked, he should be arrested. Says for wasting their time for about getting close to 8 years. In the case of Chelsea, Sanchez also kicked the ball first. I think your analysis before the break. So why the red card?
The one versus in Mbeumo, Manchester United.
Yeah.
Okay, let me explain. If he believes that,
Sanchez didn't touch that ball.
Sanchez did not touch the ball, but if he believes that Sanchez touched the ball, he should look at what happened after Sanchez touched the ball. He hit. See, he smacked in Mbeumo.
Yeah.
You don't condone such things, such behaviors from goalkeepers. No, you don't. They met in the air. And he hit him, and then after hitting him, he turned, and then he was asking, "Is it me?" No.
Okay. Coach will not say anything. He just holds his lips. That's why.
Coach.
Coach. The next message from Junior. So I could see Edu say ask that initial message. Sends that initial message. Junior says, "True, coach. It wasn't a penalty. Besides, Pope was trying to get his leg out of the way."
Hey, that's what kind of
I've watched
saving.
it again, and I've decided it wasn't a penalty. I think it was the right decision.
Okay,
Charles Apana says Newcastle to win. Yusuf Manando says, watching you live from Abu Dhabi. With this Arsenal performance, I'm not sure they can compete for the title. Inconsistency at its peak. Nicolia, I can't read how you start your message. What you're using is not pleasing enough. But in ending, he says, Arsenal did not win the league because of the referee. Different rules for Arsenal every day. Collins, Dintra sends the message in. Binfor Richmond says, why can't referees be interviewed after a match? I honestly think the halftime interview of coaches,
They should give it to the referees.
They should give it to the referees.
Instead.
Yeah.
If there's something controversial of this nature.
Coach, please get to the microphone.
What you don't, what you need to understand, the referee, they don't owe anybody any form of explanation for whatever they do, because they are not to be punished unless it is assessed.
Coach, you have a bit on Rashford for me when I'm done talking about the lineup for the two teams.
Yeah, so
but
like the person
please.
said, it would have been nice though, but you don't want that, because the sort of question that will be made to answer, it will be something that, I mean, for all you know, the one even doing the interview has a stand on the matter, and he may push the referee to say certain things that may bring the game into more controversy, because they are there to ensure that the rules of the game are fully implemented. So if you are now if you are asking them to explain every decision of theirs, who is to be favored and who is to be fairly treated, you don't want that to happen at all.
He continues and says, because there are also stakeholders in the game.
to explain certain situations on the field. Coaches and players are interviewed after matches. Wilson Klopp says this week has been bad for investors. And he adds a crying emoji. Look, I cry with you, my brother. All right, let's go on to the WhatsApp console on 0549986996. This is from Kojo Foster, Liverpool fan at Odoko Parliament Chapel. He says, I'm happy, Rolf, as a Liverpool fan. I pray it goes this way for Arsenal this week. For Arsenal, this week, dear. Abum Pepe. Go Newcastle. Look, coach, are you seeing the pushing inside the box? Did you see that?
Yeah, that's Gabriel.
Pushing Joe
I say he pushes more than any player on the field. So if he's given a taste of his own medicine, he has to accept that.
But coach, I think also, guys, the problem is when I know what Newcastle are doing. They are beginning to sit deep and behave like a Manchester City the last time in the outing against Arsenal. But when Arsenal keeps swinging the ball around the defensive block, you know, when they go left on the number, when they go the 11 and 7 area of the pitch, you know, in traditional football, it begins to worry because then it means they don't seem to know exactly what they want to do to get you know, the all-important goal. They seem to be blocked in area. I'll come to you for explanations in relation to. I want to finish the messages. Arsenal are in a rush to catch up with Liverpool, which won't mature. I think I've done this message already from Andy Koda. Son of Gold from Kaswa says, hey, Ateta, please, don't lose this game for people to say they said it. They always say you can't take advantage to close gap when it presents itself. Hey.
I'm afraid it looks exactly like that.
Don't let this happen again this season too. I'm dying. I feel they will come for us saying our coach and players lack mental toughness. I'm one of the people who say that too. It says when you can clearly see the boys are up to the task, win or I quit this team today. I'm tired of the pains.
Ultimatum.
I'm tired of the pains, especially whenever we play Newcastle. There's always a talking point. Come on, you guys. All right. So the Arsenal goalkeeper received the ball in post, shifts it forward, tries to find one in his defense, and they do this, invite the press. And it becomes wanting, isn't it? Because they are not finding the areas in front to go. They shouldn't go long, yeah, coach.
No, they shouldn't.
It's hard for them to play out.
If
So
you
they're
go
going
long,
on.
this down Ben and those people, they are big, 6'6", 6'4", 6'5". They thrive on these things. But when the boys on the pitch, Dan Ben and Co, they add nothing. You see, they will struggle all day.
And Lucas goes wide again, kicks the ball up, trying to go into Arsenal's penalty box. That start and Votamada was just pushed off the ball. And look at the Arsenal goalkeeper. Anyway, let's see what happens.
Sleeping on the ball.
Coach, I want to take your opinion on what Eddie Howe has done by putting Dan Ben out wide to try and take out the sting of Saka from the game.
I think that
God,
that is a risky thing. But Arsenal have not capitalized on that. I thought they would actually capitalize on that, because what you need to do is to make sure that if you want to isolate Dan Ben and Bukayo Saka, if you isolate the two of them and the boys with Saka takes him to the cleaners. He will run past him as if he's not there. But tactically too, although Newcastle have done that, what Dan Ben have also done sensibly is that on 1v1 situation, he doesn't commit to the tackle.
You realize your guys.
He buys time and allow his midfielders to come and double up before one of them then go and do the tackling.
Binford Richmond says, I'm cooking my peanut butter soup. He's just saying
Cutting
but it's not his fault.
Oh no.
He says that I'm enjoying cooking my peanut butter soup here in Chicago.
In Katinkwan, what can they?
Oh, so I have to say in American. Coach, can you say in American?
Peanut butter.
Thank you. Watching you guys, I can't go a weekend without your show. Man U will be relegated with Amorim. Amorim, his name sounds like a the name of a town in Cape Coast.
Oh, Charlie.
Oh, Charlie, this is where you reach.
Abominim.
This is where you reach.
Oh, that's it.
Sounds like
What?
a hymn, though.
I like him though. He's just a little stubborn. He'll learn, but it's just taking a bit of time. Coach, do you think Alvarez is one underrated striker of the game?
The boy at
Should Barca
Atletico,
Should Barca get Haaland or Alvarez? He asks.
a team like Barcelona will favor Alvarez because Alvarez is a ball playing number 9. He's mobile. He gets involved. He scores goals. He's an all-rounder. So if you look at the way Diego Simeone is using him, Simeone doesn't most often use him as what? As the number 9.
Place him.
Okay, he plays him with the guy from Norway,
Sola.
Scholler as his number 9. So it's because you see what you don't want this.
Gordon?
You don't want
Arsenal
Gordon.
inviting the press again?
Hey,
Inches away
Wow,
from
that was
goal.
inches away from goal.
no problem.
Yeah. And like Coach, you described. Why'd you stop? You're describing something.
Yeah,
They're inviting the pressure.
Arsenal have to sit up. Look, this is the game that reminds them that if they don't sit up, they will not even compete for this league. Because you see, if you want to win the league, Liverpool lost yesterday. I think that is enough an incentive, enough a motivation to get you to go and. Who is that ball playing for Barcelona there?
That's Rooney.
Another
I'll go
young
into the
child.
Barcelona lineup. Let me read this. This is from Kojo Inside ATU. That's the Accra Technical University campus. It says, now boys on campus call Chelsea FC. Winnie Red FC. Let's go into the lineup for the teams for the Barca game. Man U should just use ChatGPT and get rid of Amorim. I don't know what that means. That's from
I think you should say
Wilson Klopp.
ChatGPT can coach the team better.
Yeah, Wilson Klopp. I know I don't coffee will forgive me. How I come in with the messages and go back to the game. It makes it difficult on TV, but forgive me. Coffee. Arsenal. It's still Newcastle 1, Arsenal 0. But Barcelona versus Sociedad. Barca are playing a 4-2-3-1 game. Wow, Hansi Flick. You're a strange manager. Especially imposed for Barcelona. Koundé, Araujo, Christensen, Martin in defense for Barca. Dijon and Pedri. Dijon's contract to be expiring by next year, 2026.
I think they are talking
Bakji?
contract extension.
Yeah, he wants to stay and the club wants to keep him. So
Okay.
conversations are going on.
He's a fine footballer as well.
Yeah, he's a good midfielder.
Fernandez in number 10 slot, Rashford on the other side, and Lewandowski up front. Coach, you see that Rashford thing? You want to talk about? I know you are fixated on the Arsenal game, looking at where they are going to have that little pocket of space, and that's a dink, and the goalkeeper
save.
Wow, that's
saves
a good
that.
save from Pope.
Wow, crazy,
Wow.
crazy.
I think the ball, the weight behind the ball allowed him to make the save because there was no pace. There was no pace. on it.
Look at that ball. Who does that? I mean, with the outside of the foot.
Well, I think it was
that
Zubimendi who
Odegaard?
played that pass. No,
Zubimendi?
Zubimendi who played that pass. Timber got the head to it, but Pope was quick.
Wow, guys, it gets us off a little, but I mean that was a beauty. Why would you do that?
Arsenal are trying to force the issue. They want to.
They should calm down and just pass it. Like
Why they
they did.
feel they should have another penalty? What's the anger about?
Really? I don't think so. Nothing happened.
Chosa seems
I
very
just-
upset about something.
But somebody just went down in the penalty. So there's a
Yeah.
clip again. He feels Joe Linton was pulling somebody's shirt. Is it? Joe Linton was pulling.
Livramento. He feels
Wasn't
Livramento
Livramento,
was tagging
Livramento.
on his shirt, so it should be a penalty, I think.
Should get up.
It's 50.
I feel like
It's
it,
60 minutes.
I feel
into
like
the
it gets some points, and sometimes like Arsenal gets into this.
Arsenal have had 13 attempts. with
My
three
problem
of
is that
them,
when
five on
things like this
target.
happen in games like this, and they go a goal down, maybe they feel like a decision didn't go their way, their focus in the game becomes on that as compared to like focusing on what's happening in the game. I think they should just lock in. This is a game they can well on win. They are fixating on too many things that aren't going their way. you can play above those things. Like play the best you can, get your goals, and so that yesterday Palace felt that some things weren't going. By the end, the money to get the results. That wouldn't matter if you get the results in the end. You can go and sit at your press conferences and speak about the fact that things didn't go your way, but in the end, you managed to get the results. So I think that those things should come first. A lot of the time, from last season when they were having those issues with red cards and all that, they kind of get sucked into the conversation or the battle about whatever decision didn't go their way. And I feel like it doesn't help them, because I don't think that they played badly in this game at all. And I don't think they should still be behind as of 62 minutes into the game.
Something we expect. Come now, Kotoko, you are done watching their game. They are through, right?
Yeah, they are through today.
1-0.
Yeah.
It's normal. It's normal. We all expected them to beat Quara. Quara's level.
How about Gold Stars? What's happening?
8 p.m.
Oh, they play at 8.
Yeah, 8 p.m.
And they will be. I've told my brother John Kwesedu, the CEO of Gold Stars, that they will come home.
No, but
they can surprise. They can.
I know. He's optimistic, but they'll come. Let us not go into
Quara, he should try and understand the game and like how to speak at press conferences.
Oh, I like it. No, I like it. How he spoke. I like it. My guy, I like it. I like it.
He has sound bites.
Yeah, he's talking in a boxing space, but that's fine. So Arsenal still looking for the opportunity. If you do not hear coach, it means he's just fixated. He's calm looking at what Arsenal wants to do. Now they have changed their game a little. They get about 3 guys planted in the back line, the 5 back line of Newcastle United, and Arsenal want to go long, so they have 4-2-4 for Arsenal. And we'll get coach to explain. But Great Jabati says, "Hello, coach. Hello, guys, coach. I know we are not shaking at all. Believe us, the Man United fans will bounce back." He says so. Ezekiel from KTU, I think Kumasi Technical University. So now the university guys are battling. If ATU sends message, then the KTU guys to also send message. So yeah, I like Amorimo, but he's too proud a coach for me. Yet he's a Portuguese, don't worry. Yet he's not winning games too. Don't worry, Ezekiel. That's how the Portuguese behave. They know what they are doing. And if you listen to say a former Newcastle United manager, say, how can I forget his name?
Bobby Robson.
Bobby Robson.
Yes,
Bobby Robson. It's Bobby Robson.
Yeah, it's Bobby Robson.
He had a stint with Mourinho at Barcelona.
Yeah, Barcelona. He's the shared connection between
he says he loves Mourinho's arrogance. Because he spoke about Amorim is what was taking me back to that discussion. He said so for the Portuguese about their arrogance. They say this is what I'm with and I'm doing. Even though he had that stint with him at Barcelona developed into playing a certain style of play. Mourinho never changed.
Yeah.
He stuck with his roots, English sort of football approach, and it got him results.
Nice.
0549. Oh,
they need to
this
at least
shouldn't be happening.
It shouldn't.
No.
But this is happening. Oh, okay. So the Arsenal defensive line stay true to themselves to prevent an experienced man on the ball on a counter break, would not run from the middle part of the play, stretch the Arsenal defense.
So he delayed,
who blocked that ball? Rice.
Yeah.
Rice.
Wow.
The centre backs were nowhere.
Yeah.
They were.
Saliba.
He's now coming back.
Rice did a great job.
He cooked well.
Yeah, he was rising to the occasion.
I know
That's a good
you
one.
are a rapper, so
That's
you
a
love me
good
when I
one.
do
That's
those
a good
things. Yeah. Rice cooked well. Murphy is an experienced person. So Newcastle with the corner. The dink one in this time around is not a good kick. 64 minutes. Newcastle United 1, Arsenal 0. Live on all our platforms. Welcome on board if you just tuned in. I will invite your calls here. The game is intense a little, so let me get you from where you are watching from. Barcelona, are they scoring?
Missing.
Oh no, but
Come on, let us be score. What else? I thought Lewandowski had scored that. That's
offside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stephen offside.
Okay, offside from the Barca game, as well. 0549 986 996. You can phone in now. Let us know what you think about in this game. It's 4:57, I know, but call in now. Let's get the calls up to 5:10. That ish. Coach and the guys in the studio. I've got Coach Christopher Nimley here, Adam Kai as well, Sedilam and Kominamafo, and they will share their thought after you have also shared yours. 0539-986-996, 0549-986-996. I'll take my time this time around. 0549-986-996. Let's get talking. 0539-986-996. Call now. Let us hear from you. This is the Republic of Football on Radio 97.3 City FM, on TV, on Channel 1 TV, on X, 97.3 City FM, 0549-986-996. First caller on the line. Hello, good evening. Your name, where are you talking to us from?
Good evening. I'm talking from Wenchi.
From Wenchi. What's your name?
My name is Al Hassan Mohammed.
Al Hassan Mohammed, not the footballer. You're welcome on our show. What do you have for us?
Please, I want to talk about Chelsea's yesterday game.
Tell me something about Chelsea.
I think we shouldn't blame the coach much. We have injuries to our key players, and also with the transfer that we had, I think it will take time. So we have to go easy with our coach.
Okay, Al-Hassan, thank you very much for your thoughts. Al-Hassan Mohammed, not the player from Wenchi, brought in a message for Chelsea fans. What do you also have? 0549-986-996. Hello, good evening. Your name, where are you talking to us from?
I'm Bernard. I'm talking from Ashama, Pitland.
Name? Talk to me. I've got family at Ashaman too. What do you have to say? Are you a Manchester United fan?
A United fan.
Charlie, I have to come and look for you. You might be my brother. What do you have to say?
What I have to say is, the United coach, he must be sacked immediately, because he's not a coach that can coach Manchester United. United have the players enough to compete in the league, but he's not doing nothing. So the coach must be changed immediately. And Newcastle 3, Arsenal 1. That's all.
Wow, thank you very much. He predicts the Newcastle score.
You won't talk
about Bernard, your Manchester United faithful here is also saying something. Hello, good evening. I'm trying to say evening. Good evening. Your name, where are you talking to us from?
I am Richard from Ashama, Lebanon.
Richard from Ashaman, Lebanon. Richard, let's hear from you. Which fan are you, and what's your
I'm a proud United fan.
I should come and look for you too. Maybe you are my brother. That's what Ashama people. You people are my brothers. Let's talk.
Oh, yeah, you see, I'll start from Kotoko 1. I was streaming the match on YouTube. I mean, Kotoko fan as well. So I was asking myself, can we be this pragmatic? And then the first leg, we defended shambolically, conceded 3. Although I don't see us qualifying after the next stage too. But it is a stepping stone. Congrats to the boys. Now let's come to my view. You see, Amorim as a coach, I don't really have problem with him, but with the style. You see, you have to watch your mechanisms or your material that you have for you to implement your style. So, if your style is not working at the moment, as a coach, you have to do something. Read the fans, forget about the what's the name project that you guys are doing. The fans don't understand those things. So ours is that you just win our game for us. That is our result. That's what we want. You understand?
Yeah.
So we should just do something, like change a little bit. The 3-4-3 is not working at the moment with the guys. So try and do something in which it will be comfortable with them. Although they are professional players, you understand. But at least you should do something. When you played against Fulham, the coach said it after the game. It was like, United always have 2 men in the middle. And it's true. Because the left back, the wing back, they will move. And then it will remain only 2 players. So if you want to break United team, just overcrowd the midfield. You are done. So it seems he has been found. So you just try and do some change a little bit. And the players too as well, sometimes they play so stuff yesterday, especially Cunha, Matthias Cunha. Since he is in a hurry to score, he should just take his time. The goals will come. Thank you very much for the good work done.
All right, thank you very much, Richard. 0549 986 996 0539 986 996. Good evening. Your name? Where are you talking to us from?
Slay Collins from Bichley.
Yeah, what?
Slay Collins.
Collins, right?
Yeah, Collins.
Great. Collins, talk to us.
I'm Slay Collins from Bichley. Slay Collins.
Collins, stop listening to yourself from your TV. Listen to yourself from your device that you are using to call. Let's talk.
I think prisoners should be allowed to watch Manchester United game as punishment.
Oh, Charlie. Collins.
Hello.
Yeah, talk. Don't watch your TV. You listen to us. That's all. Or your radio. Listen to us. Oh, okay. Collins, I think he just came to make his statement. That's all. 0539 986 996. Hello. Good evening. Your name? Where are you talking to us from? My man is back. You must talk to me. Manchester United lost yesterday. Brest.
I forget that team. That team is on a state of emergency.
So who do you want to talk about?
Oh, my team is winning.
Which is your team? Barcelona is down. Real Sociedad have just scored a goal. Newcastle United are winning against Aston. Which is your team? Brest?
Brest is leading. Yeah, Brest.
Talk to me about it.
United can't stress my life. I beg. United, tell them they can't stress my life. See, they should put that team on a stage of emergency. That's the only thing that can help United. See, they should close the stadium up. Use the stadium for farming. If they do cows and how they call it, elephant, and that one will bring them money. See, what they are doing, what United is doing over there, I don't get it. I don't know the problem of United. If coach can tell me what is the problem of United, is it the coach? Is it the players? Is it the owners? I don't understand. Coach,
I think you should add the funds. Is it the funds? Okay, you get your answers. Thank you very much. I know you come back again.
So, why? I want to hear coach's voice.
Why if you hear the call, you still hear the voice.
I want to hear coach's voice.
You end the call and listen. End the call.
I'm here. I'll answer you. Don't worry. It's
and I want to do something. See, it's like the Premier League. They are free. I don't know if it is much fishing or what. Yesterday, hand of God. Today, the referee in the Premier League should be consistent. See, yesterday, look at United and how they call it, and Brentford. Look at the Brembo. Do you watch the game?
Charlie, you just make your point. You make your point. Okay. As for United, yeah.
You see the yellow card that was given to the guy instead of a red card. You see, if Brembo was in the good position to score a goal and he was denied, and the same thing happened in the Chelsea game, and Shalva was given a red card. The inconsistency of the Premier League referees is getting out of hand, and I don't know what is wrong. This they'll come and apologize. Oh, we are sorry. And there are people sitting on monitors. Who are they sitting there? See, they should close that VAR thing and let the referee their game with their head, because you are not seeing any improvement using the VAR. Nothing, no improvement. Like there's nothing. See, these English referees they are spoiling the game. Their league is so nice that the referees are destroying the game. The referees are so bad. They're so bad.
Ima, thank you very much.
With VAR, you are making mistakes.
Thank you, Ima. I think you made your point. Thank you. I share your frustration. I share your frustration.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you very much.
All right, Ima. 0549 986 996 0539 986 996. Hello. Yeah, I want to have you on the line. So yeah, let's talk. Meanwhile, Barca are looking for the equalizer as well. Sociedad seem to be taking it, right to their faces. Your name? Good evening. Where are you talking to us from?
Dan, B-A-N, Dan, Banana.
What's your name again? Ben?
Hello.
Yeah, what's your name and where are you talking to us from?
Dan, Banana.
Dan? All right. Okay. Thank you.
Dan,
yeah,
Banana.
Dan. Yeah, Dan. Let's hear from you, please.
No.
Dan,
yes.
Stop listening to yourself on the radio. I can hear you, so please talk.
You see, all the coaches who came to take over Man U, they should have understood it. Okay. What I meant to say is that all those coaches who came to take over from Ferguson, they ignore the normal principle. When you take over from somebody, look at the style of play. In fact, Alex Ferguson's style of play is different from all the various coaches who came over. He has positioned people who could shoot, people who could dribble and make the ball available to the forward. But they came with their own style and aborted the Alex Ferguson style. That is the reason why the team has not been able to make any progress since he handed over. So I think if they need to, go back to they should sit down. If the man is alive, they should contact him and then rearrange the team. But in fact, you can't be losing all your matches. Look, you have, Rangers who, if it's at the last minute, look at the match against Liverpool in Germany, and then the Italian team. It was a last minute goal. They won the matches. So his style of play is quite different from all the coaches that have a good day.
Thank you very much, Dan. 0549 986 996 0539 986 996. Join us on phone and let us know what you think of in relation to all we've discussed. I'm here. This is your time to phone in. We'll be switching into discussion mode shortly. Hello, good evening. Your name and where are you talking to us from? You are what?
I'm Abel, calling from Ada.
Abel, speak loud a little, please.
Okay, so this has Barcelona taking the
No, the equipment, the gadget you're using, you are far away from your mouthpiece. So if you're using an earpiece, if you can unplug the earpiece and speak to your mouthpiece, we'll be pleased.
Hello, I think it's the network.
The network, then call back. Okay, call back. Thank you very much. 0539 986 996 0549 986 996. Let's have you on the line. Let's talk about what we've discussed. Barca are down by a goal. They've got a corner. Hopefully they get an equalizer. Arsenal are still trailing by a goal to 0. Hello, good evening. Your name, where are you talking to us from?
Let's have you on the line.
No.
Hello?
We can, talk to us. I can hear you. So listen to me on your earpiece.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Hello.
I'm sorry, we can't be doing this. Look, when you call, talk to me on your device that you're calling with. So if it's your phone or whatever you are using, please talk to us on your phone and don't listen to the radio set. Okay, I'll appreciate that. Hello, good evening. Your name and where you are talking to us from.
Hello, good evening. My name is Ochami. I'm calling from Achimota.
Ochami from Achimota. Talk to us. What issue would you want to react to?
Okay, for me, I'm a Liverpool fan, and then I'm also going to talk about Liverpool a little bit and then zoom into Manchester United.
Great.
For me, I think yesterday's loss against Crystal Palace was something that for me as a Liverpool fan, I was expecting to come. Because if you look at the beginning of the season, we've been trying as much as possible to win our matches comfortably. Most of the times as fans, we sit on center hooks expecting that we will not lose or draw a game, and then we win at the last minute end, which that same last minute end was won against us just yesterday. But I feel like the excitement about me being a Liverpool fan is the fact that when Arsenal is behind me, because I definitely know that Arsenal can never overtake me to even be on top of the table for a while and to go as far as winning the league. Because for Arsenal, like most people are saying, the mentality of winning something is not there. And if Arteta will continue to be there, they will still play like the way they play, or they will still behave like the way they do. And going to Manchester United, I think the problem of Manchester United for me is not Ruben Amorim. I think those who employed Ruben Amorim are the problem of Manchester United. Ruben Amorim wanted to come the beginning of this season, not in I think last season. But Ruben Amorim was, let me say, pressured and then forced under duress to come and coach Manchester United. When you bring a coach like that to come and coach Manchester United, for me, the exciting thing is that Liverpool didn't even appoint Ruben Amorim as our coach. Because I saw his tactics. I know that this guy is a three-back playing guy, and he will not even fit into the system of Liverpool. When he comes to change the whole thing, and changing the whole system takes a very long time for them to be able to adapt. You will continue to be playing the way you play. You will continue to lose much. Even if you bring in players who can't even adapt to that system. Most of the Manchester United players that have left on loan, and some of them have even left to other clubs, are doing very well. So the question is, why can't they play in Manchester United? Why can't they play? Is there something that is jazzing them or no? Or I don't even know what is happening. But for me, I think, look, if Ruben Amorim is gone and another coach comes, the problem might be there. So they should just find a system. They should just find one particular system they play. And then when they are leaving, when the coach is leaving, they'll just bring a coach who is like-minded, like what Liverpool has done. Because Liverpool went in for a like-minded coach, not necessarily somebody to come and win them cups or trophies. And then the like-minded coach also key. You know, for me, I was telling a friend that last season, if Liverpool is playing a game, and you realize that they are controlling the ball and they are controlling the tempo of the game, they get to a point and they are losing. Sometimes I see that Slot changes the system back to club system, and for the players to be able to play very well, and then they win the game. So sometimes you need to bring in a coach who understands the system of the previous manager, if that manager was doing well. But here like the case, Man United, all the managers who are coming to Man United are not doing well. So they don't even have one particular system that they can use to run the whole Manchester United team.
Great.
Now, Ruben Amorim will stay for a very long time. And then he will build up a system, another coach will come, and then change it.
Thank you,
so for me, I think that's the problem of Manchester United. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ochame. I would appreciate if you come, you make your point that's brief for us, because the other guys will be online also waiting to come in. So let me put the call session there. Read few of your messages. Come back to the Arsenal game. It's 83 minutes. Beautiful. Just as I mentioned that we focus on the Arsenal game. Who scored? Who's that?
Moreno.
It's Arsenal 1. Newcastle United 1. Real Sociedad 1. Barcelona 1. Yeah, that's what's happening. Coach, you've been calm watching the Arsenal game.
Yeah, I've been watching. You see, they've been patient. They are not rushing it like they were doing in the first half. So, like we did say, all they needed to do was to calm down, be patient. But they've been probing. Look, they've been probing, and that is what you get in return. It's paid. No two ways about that. It's been a beautiful.
Pope has done a lot of good saves, but this one just was. It was just.
Lewandowski.
Yeah, Lewis first touch let him down there.
Your attention is drifted also to the
Lewandowski.
I mean, you can take it from there. From the Barca game, if you want.
The way the game was going, it almost looked like a game Newcastle was going to get pegged back in, because Newcastle had reclined to. You see, now they look like they've come out of the show and they want to play a bit more. Newcastle kind of reclined and were happy to invite the pressure on them. And Arteta kept tinkering with his setup, introducing Martinelli. He wanted to change the dynamics of what they were doing a bit. So you see this time, instead of trying to play through them, they were playing crosses in, and one of those crosses managed to get on the head of Merino, who is not bad with his head at all. So I'm not surprised Arsenal have pegged one back. I expected them to do so. The way they were playing, it would have been really disappointing if they didn't get a goal.
It's about to go down.
Wait, what happened?
A penalty, possibly.
It's a penalty. It's a penalty. It is a clear penalty.
I'm so dead.
Gabriel again.
Wow, so
no, this is a clear penalty.
This is box office stuff.
No, this is a clear penalty.
So, guys, Elanga gets the ball on the left-hand side of Arsenal in the penalty box and decides to whip one across the face of goal.
This is a clear penalty.
Gabriel was down. His hands was up in an unnatural position.
Very, very unnatural.
Emphasis on that.
Very, very. Saw Mohamed Salah raise his hand above his head, and the goal was allowed to stand. I can't be. Look at it. Is that how to defend?
Yeah,
you see when Elanga kicked the ball,
he raised his hand immediately, but the play had to go on.
There's a VAR check now to decide. That's so quick.
It's not a penalty.
No, but the referee would have to call.
He didn't give it.
No, it's not a penalty. Wow.
Let me go. I'm coming. Let me get onto their portal.
Wow. Get onto their platform and let us know what's the decision.
Let me read what.
Someone has gotten a yellow card for protesting.
Yeah, he was the one I was suspecting as well. He doesn't let sleeping. The assistant coach. He doesn't let sleeping dogs lie.
Red card.
Let's see what they would say
in there, but. There's a throw-in for Newcastle United.
No
I feel that's a penalty. Controversies always reign in these kind of games.
Wow.
It will be the first draw in about 6 games for between these sides. But Trossard will be subbed for Arsenal, and the introduction will be Lewis Skelly. He would have to go in a set piece, defend it first off, and prevent Newcastle from getting a second goal in this game. But coach, are you surprised that call didn't result? Barcelona's game against Real Sociedad is at a break half time. But back to the Arsenal game, are you surprised? Was not the penalty, guys? Surprised?
Look, to be honest, maybe we all need to go back and revise our notes. You see, it was very close to him, but I don't see why. Maybe this is why it was not given. Did the ball strike his hand directly from the Elanga strike, or it hit
a part of his body
before hit? If that is the case, then that's no penalty.
No, it went to the arm straight.
No, I don't think so.
I think we'll have the opportunity
and ricocheted off his hand.
We'll certainly get up at 5:30, but we'll get an opportunity to analyze that, because the game will be ending in 2 minutes plus, let's say 5 additional added time.
I think at least 5 minutes will be added.
5 minutes will be added. Then we'll get opportunity to see that.
Yes, suspected 8.
We'll go on to the end of the game, whichever
I mean, in games like this, for the controversy, I don't think they'll add 3 minutes like a game we saw sometime
back. If you're a referee, you want to
close.
The
referee in this game. What do you make of the referee in this game, coach?
I think he's been relatively good. Just that the close calls, I think he's gotten them right. Let's say he would have awarded Arsenal that penalty, but for VAR.
Okay.
But you have to give him the benefit of the doubt, because he could only watch.
You feel it cancels out?
Pretty much.
Like we do in March 4/4, it cancels out his one.
No,
what's happening?
I have an update for you. So it happened in the 85th minute. The referee's call of no penalty was checked and confirmed by VAR. The ball deemed to have deflected off
7 minutes.
Gabriel's shin and onto his arm.
Yeah, that's why it was not given. So it's not a penalty.
Okay, like you said, coach.
Yeah, it ricocheted off his shin before.
And that's fair. So it's almost like cancelling out.
Yeah.
Cancelling out on both ends.
If it has hit his hand directly from the Elanga strike, what is Saliba doing?
He's sleeping on the job. Sleeping. If you are looking for words, that's it.
The referee also didn't take it. So plus 8.
I ordered the far
plus
8.
So plus 8.
Like I said.
We are riding with you. It's
Wow.
a smooth ride.
Sedi, I think you're right on the money.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's it. I'm 0549986996 on the text line. We are not picking calls again. We are back into the text line, so you can send your messages in there. JB Neti from Accra says, "Good afternoon, folks. This Barcelona lineup isn't fearsome and doesn't inspire much hope. I promise you've not watched a lot of Barcelona games, JB. Maybe the team is already down by a goal in the first half. It's concerning that they are not tackling or they are not taking this game, I think you want to say, with that much seriousness it deserves. After Real Madrid's bad slip up, Barcelona, Coach, what do you say?
I said, I'm not sure the person is
Watch
watching
it
the game
again.
because the game is being played with all seriousness. When you say they are not serious, I don't get it. Maybe he's used to seeing certain players in the
But you
Barcelona
should
lineup.
remember that Rafinha is injured.
Rafinha is injured.
So they are
Lamine
trying
Yamal
to
is
just came
injured.
back. He just came back from injury.
So he's on the bench.
He's on the
again.
bench, yeah. So
He's not 100%
Yeah.
fit. He continues and says, Barcelona cannot afford to lose this match. Thank you. JB, you should be watching the game. Kweku from Legon says, I think it is wrong for some Ghanaians and some Kotoko fans to say they don't see the Elton qualifying. They don't see the team qualifying from the next stage due to the expected opposition. In football, give every game your all. You never know. That's fair.
It's nice to give everybody your all. But when it's obvious, you call it.
Yeah, true. From Raymond says, Arsenal and Barcelona should know that only Manchester City fans can enjoy this weekend to the fullest. Atassa. I don't think it is Atassa. It's 1-1 in both games. 8 minutes added on in the Arsenal game. They've done 2. Arsenal are with the ball now. They are trying to look for options. Newcastle now defending. Barcelona's game is on the break, so all is jinxed in, and we'll see what transpires. Godfred in Tema Community 18 says, "Good afternoon, guys. Well, the Arsenal CEOs and board and fans are they going to call Mikel Arteta to congratulate him if he loses the game? I don't think they're going to call for him to be sacked. Either." On YouTube, Wilson Klopp says Oliver Glasner is the best coach in the league so far. Fair, if you want to say that. Fair. Let me have a glance at some of the games happening. So by way of updates, you know what's happening. Cologne versus Stuttgart is still 2-1 in favor of Stuttgart, 90+ in that game. In the Italian Serie A, Lecce won, Bologna won, 65 minutes done in there. There's no game currently happening in the French Ligue 1. So at 6:45 will be Rennes.
I think Eddie Howe
versus
still
Lens.
wants to win this game. He's throwing Harvey Barnes in late on. I
Yeah,
don't
back to
think.
that
I don't think.
game, yeah.
I don't think he's given up on the game. I thought he will be the one who will be more comfortable settling for the draw. But
That's
Eddie Howe.
Eddie Howe.
Yeah, surprising.
So they've got a free kick, 90+3. Newcastle still looking at their chances, but Arsenal won't allow.
Yeah.
Do you see anyone scoring again, Adam?
Nah, it looks like it's headed for a draw. If someone can, Arsenal's on the attack now, so if they can pull something out the bag in the last minutes, but let's see. We've had a lot of late goals this season so far. Like we've seen a lot of late goals this season. So
okay, no.
What
No.
That's good defending from Thiago. Really good defending from Thiago.
Wow.
But I think Skelly was a bit slow, man.
Yeah,
Very
he should have
slow.
reacted much faster.
I think he goes a bit faster and that's offside, isn't it? Maybe when he got the ball,
But he was very slow.
He was slow. I
Yeah,
think
he was slow.
He gave Thiago a lot of time to recover.
But that would have been a simple tapping.
Yeah. Simple tapping.
All right. 0549986996 on our.
How many minutes have we played?
We've done 90+4. It's left with 90+5.
Now that's interesting. Shoots. Heads out. Wow.
Wow.
Now they are also calling for a foul.
Newcastle.
Gabriel.
It's Gabriel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now
Pope is super dominant when he comes out like that.
Yeah. That's what I love about goalkeepers. You should jump dominate your area. You should be very super strong in your space. Act like a beast in there. Have that fearsome factor.
It's your office.
Yeah, that's
take
your
charge.
office. Take charge, and that's just it. 0549986996 on our WhatsApp console. We'll be checking out of the studio when the game ends.
Charlie, the way the league table is looking,
yeah,
15, 12, 11, 11, 11, 10, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 7, 7, 7, 7, 6. So
one
every
loss, one
game
draw.
is so important.
Let me paint the picture much clearer. Oh, did you see that?
Arsenal run away with it.
Scores.
And Gabriel.
Arsenal scores. It's Arsenal 2, Newcastle 1 on the 90+6 minute. Would you believe this? A corner, a set piece again, and the set piece kids
Yeah, that's a great header.
gets it on
The
the back of
set piece
on the
kings.
back of the net. So this fixture always produces.
They needed to win. Arsenal needed to win this.
It takes them 11 points, third position.
No, 13 points.
13 points.
13 points.
Yeah,
This should take them to second.
Second.
Straight
Second
second.
position, 2
Second,
points behind
second,
Liverpool.
Second, absolutely.
I think
Second.
the only Spurs should be behind them, if I'm not mistaken, or Spurs should be in and around.
No,
there. 'Cause
Spurs is
Spurs is 11
points.
points. They should be behind.
Palace is 12.
Palace 12. Oh, so Palace third, Spurs fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think he's rectified his first mistake. Oh boy.
They got Pope. They got Pope to get into the battle.
Yeah.
Okay, Saliba did his job.
Yeah, Saliba did his job.
Saliba did his job.
That was what he did.
They got Pope to
Alright, so
screen Pope. Now Gabriel gets a free range header artist.
So Liverpool, we indicated, will be on top 15 points. Arsenal will come second.
Look at Arteta.
Arsenal will come second, 13 points. That's Crystal Palace, who third with 12 points. This is a live table. We'll have Spurs come fourth with 11 points. Sunderland fifth, 11 points after 6 games. Bournemouth sit 11 points after 6 games. Manchester City 7th, 10 points after 6 games. Chelsea 8th, 8 points after 6 games. Brighton 9th, 8 points after 6 games. Fulham 10th, 8 points after 6 games. Leeds 11th, 8 points after 6 games. Everton have done 5 games. Have done 5 games, of course. 12 with 7 points. Brentford 13th with 7 points. United back to factory settings 14th. 7 points after 6 games. Newcastle now remains 15th, 6 points after 6 games. If it stays like this, though, game is still happening. Newcastle in the offensive area, in Arsenal's box, shoots, hits somebody.
Okay,
the ball gets out. It's still going for Newcastle United. The 8th minute is up. Their last strike, I surmise, to finish up the game. The referee pauses a little. And
don't give us any drama. Ooh. Everybody handled the ball there. Both teams, I suspect, handled the ball there.
But I don't think there's anything in it.
Yeah, so he just needs to continue with it.
A long throw in the area, attacked. Arsenal clears that ball.
Where's Pope?
The referee whistles, and that's it.
Wow, that's a big win for Arsenal. Really big win for Arsenal.
Win for Arsenal, guys. Let's get talking.
Super big win for Arsenal. I'm impressed. That's the word I should use. I'm really impressed. They dug deep today. It's not normally when Arsenal have these kind of games. I was speaking about the fact that they let the decisions get to them too much and they lose their way in the game, but they managed to actually lock in, get themselves back on level terms, and get the winner very, very late. It's not really an Arsenal. I don't really recall too many Arsenal games where they get a late winner and nick the game. And these are the kind of things you need to do if you want to be a champion. You need to be able to win games against the odds, against all sorts of decisions if you really want to win the title. So it's a great win for them. I think Arteta will be happy. I would love to see this kind of intent from the beginning in much bigger games. I was disappointed with his approach in the Liverpool and the City games. This game, his intent from the beginning was clear. You could tell his intent was come and win. I feel like those games, if his intent was a bit more offensive, he would get the win. So fantastic win for them. They should be really happy and proud with themselves.
All right, you heard from Adam Kai. Sadi?
For me, this is a hard-fought win for Arsenal. They could have actually made it easier on themselves. They had good intent, but in-game approach was where they got it wrong from the very beginning, but they were able to rectify their mistakes in the second half, and with the help of their 13th man on the pitch, that's Mr. Set Piece, they got a goal. But they don't need to over celebrate this. You got the win, it's important. Up next for you is a Champions League game. Go and prepare.
Against Olympiacos.
That is where you get it wrong. Olympiacos is owned by the same human being who owns Nottingham Forest.
And now what is going on with Forest?
It is not what is going on with Forest. It is what happened to Forest. What happened to Forest is they were one of the stories in the EPL last season.
So you have to blame them.
I'm coming. Chill for me. Now, Olympiacos are Greek champions. Olympiacos are Greek champions. You need to give them that respect that they are Greek champions.
Yeah.
But if you underplay that they are Greek champions, they would beat you in your backyard. They play in a similar fashion like Newcastle. Clumsy football, and will get it done. What is important is results. So don't overjubilate. You got the win, it's important. It gets you up the table. It makes your case for in the running to try and become champions, but there are more difficult games to come. If you are going to keep approaching the big sides the way you approach Liverpool's game, then this win will amount to nothing.
Yeah.
It's basically ifs and buts, but they need to put their butts right.
What's your butt?
Oh no, it's a good win for us now.
Okay.
Very good one.
So you don't have butts, you have
yeah,
ifs.
It's a good win for them, especially looking at how they had to just come back to win this game. Good one for them. Now they'll just check the table and they know very well that next week Chelsea will be playing against Liverpool. No one knows what can happen. Chelsea is not doing so well. Liverpool also very scrappy, not playing so well, although they are leading the table. And next week they'll play against West Ham at the Emirates Stadium. So they will play first before Chelsea will play at 4:30 on Saturday. So they'll have a bit of chance to win, and that will power a lot of pressure on Liverpool. So that's a good win for us now. Very, very good one, because a lot of people, I'm sure people really didn't expect Arsenal to win like that because of how stubborn Newcastle are when they are playing the big guys like at the St. James's Park. So it's a good one for them. With Newcastle, I'm sure they'll just have to sit back and prepare very well towards the Champions League that they have to play, and also the league matches.
All right. Thank you very much, Commander Marfo. Thank you, Sedinam. Thank you, Adam Kai. You have something to say?
Yeah, please. I have one birthday wish to do.
Hey,
if I don't do it,
do
they'll beat me 5.
it.
Okay. So as my friend Fred, his mom, he's celebrating her birthday, Cecilia Misa.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
happy birthday to Cecilia Misa. God richly bless you. Your son says, Charlie Odopa.
Thank you very much. So let's do a quick wrap across, and for today's games, Aston Villa beats Fulham by 3-1. Newcastle United suffered a defeat at the St. James. Arsenal beating them by 2-1. Rayo Vallecano 0, Sabella 1, Elche 2, Celta Vigo 1 in the La Liga. Barcelona 1-1 against Real Sociedad. It's halftime at that game. Real Sociedad will be playing Osasuna later at 7 p.m. In the Bundesliga, Freiburg 1, Hoffenheim 1, Cologne 1, Stuttgart 2. And at 7 minutes, Udon Berlin are playing against Hamburger. It's 0-0 in that game. In Italian Serie A, Sassuolo 3, Udinese 1, AS Roma 2, Hellas Verona 0, Pisa 0, Fiorentina 0, Lecce 1, Bologna 2. AC Milan will be playing Napoli at 6:45. In the French Liga, Nice 1, Paris FC 1, Angers 0, Brest 2, Lille 0, Lyon 1, Metz 0, Le Havre 0. Rennes will be playing Lens later on in the game. And that's a wrap on the Republic of Football today. Big thank you to the guys who did a listening on Radio 97.3 City FM. To the guys who watched us on Channel 1 TV, we say thank you. To the guys who also paid attention on X, we admire you so much. And our guys on YouTube, thank you. The guys on Facebook as well, thank you very much. Earlier on, you heard my colleague Gabby Affair. Thanks to Daniel Squashy for the massive technical assistance right from 2 up until this time. Come your way same time next weekend. I said this weekend. It's already Sunday. With more updates from the world of sport. Thank you to Edwin Kwakofi. He sends us across the globe. Wherever you join us from, gracias. I am Bernard Abeku. We'll be back on radio tomorrow for kickoff on the biggest morning show in the country. Sports is life. You get involved.